All right. Well, workout. I'm going to have to grab another set of headphones that has a microphone on the headphones. How's the sound here? How's the sound? RW. Can you hear me? Getting no response. I am on my phone. And I can't see you moving at all, RW. Can you put something in the comments? Is this going to work? I seem to have pretty good Wi-Fi. I'm good. Thank you, buddy. This is strange, doing this on the phone. All right, Lee, right on, brother. Okay, we're going to do a little test. I'm going to plug the headphones in, and let's see if my microphone stays good. Hey, can you guys still hear me with the headphones on? How about now, Aphid Lip? I got headphones in without a microphone cable. Still good? I'm going to wait for your responses. If not, I got to switch mic cables. Good. All right, cool. Very good. Yeah. So, like, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we can pull this off. Unfortunately, the guy who has full moderator privileges and could run everything pretty much for me. Delay. Okay, that's going to be normal. If it's unbearable, let me know. I don't know. I delay. Last Dance probably not going to be around tonight, but if he does come here, okay. 5x5 for the setup. 5-4-5, you mean, maybe? Like I did okay? All right, thanks, wife. I moved the Wi-Fi like 1 inch closer as much as I could, the router. So yeah, I don't know. This thing's dead. I may or may not have spilled something on it last night. There wasn't much liquid, but yes, there was a slight puddle underneath it. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm taking the blame, and that's that. My pipe is gone. Where's my pipe? My pipe is gone. Uh-oh, gotta find the pipe. All right, thank you, brother. I'll be right back. What the fuck happened to it? Gotta run, gotta run. And we're back. I've got going to be using the Grav. Nice piece that my bro gave me. Such a generous fella. So fucking lighter doesn't work. I'm at Schitt's Creek over here. God damn. Oh yeah, we got gas. All right, so a lot of shit going on in the world. I want to get people on here as quickly as possible. It just doesn't feel normal for me talking into the phone like this, but I saw Lee was here. Lee, jump in if you can. We'll get this thing rolling. Right out of the gate. Interesting statistics going around right now about difficulty for a group of people which nobody's going to have any sympathy for. That will be young men. Audio is passable. Thanks, English Bottle Cap. I appreciate it. I'll try to speak up. I can grab my other thanks, Aphid. I can grab my other headphones with the on wire microphone. That may be a little bit better. Yeah, it's like the old days, huh, buddy? Flailing around a little bit over here. But I had a fun day. My bro rented a cool spot not far from me. So I'll speak up, brother. I'll do my best. Went and spent the day there. Had fun. Didn't catch anything, but looks like a nice spot for fishing. So I'm gonna head back tomorrow. My dad's up from Florida, so spend as much time as possible with the old buzzard. And it was great to see him today. I do think that this thing is fried, this laptop, sadly. And if it was me, it'll be about a $500 mistake. It's about 4 years old, and the estimate for the repair is $300. That's cool, man. Awesome, Aphid. Thanks, dude. To me, this is tiny. I have a little smartphone, so when I work, I have this thing in my pocket, so I didn't want one of those giant ones. But cool. I'm glad this is going to work out. And hey, I can spill beer all over the laptop tonight. It won't matter. It's already dead. So, fuck it. Got an interesting couple of months coming in here, people. It's going to be, it probably was RW. I can't prove it definitively. There was no can tipped over this morning when I came down. No memory of it happening. And there was just a little puddle. And I'm going to blame it on the puddle and blame it on me. What's up, Topple? I'm on the phone. Laptop's dead. Got to get a new one. Not going to send it off to HP to have them fix it. Because from what I've read, you send it to them for a cost of like $250. Then they tell you, it's going to be an additional cost for them to send it back if they find more stuff wrong. So I'll just be getting a new one, I think. No, I never did anything on this RW. Just YouTube and chaotic. It's not chaotic. It's not like Blue Screen of Death, or none of my shit went sour with malware or anything like that. It's just is giving the error code for hardware defective or defective RAM, one or the other. And it seems to be getting quite warm, even though the fan does seem to be turning on. Hey, Sammy Cat, what's going on? Hell, Sammy. Oh. Okay, buddy. English Bottle Cap, I will probably put this in the corner of the shelves in the back of the basement. The old laptop will sit there for 20 years. I never bought anything. I never used a credit card through it. But yeah, it would have like my Twitter and, you know, dumb shit, YouTube, whatever. And I wouldn't know really how to do that. I guess I would physically have to destroy it, I guess, English bottle cap, right? Fire, throw it in a fire. I don't know. If it won't turn on, it's nothing that I can do through the computer, obviously. So I guess smash it, whatever, do something like that. We still have an old desktop from like 20 years ago that we don't know what to do with because it won't turn on. But there's probably some stuff you can open up and pull out some boards and memory, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you guys get it in the UK, but I know you guys all. I know you guys hate CNN per se, but there's a good show on Saturday mornings. It's called Smirconish, hosted by Michael Smirconish, and it is a decent show. We got one guest, right? And today was a particularly good one. I would recommend that anybody, if you can, pull it up, find it, watch it. And it was a decent episode and somewhat enlightening. Little margarita to get me going. My buddy brought me a bottle of Milagro. Eyes wide shut. Thanks for being here, man. Tequila. And it's damn good. Very smooth. He was here last weekend. It was a fun time. We whipped it up and it was great. We actually walked to a bar, which you can do here. There's one bar within walking distance. We got 2 whiskey sours each. So we walk in. I asked the bar manager, "Do you have simple syrup?" He's like, yeah. He delayed. I could tell he was thinking. He didn't even know what the hell it was. So like after 10 minutes, he brings us over whiskey sours, which were passable, but way too sour. I'm good, eyes wide shut. Doing this through my phone, so it's a little different. My laptop's fried. So, you know, we're having some laughs, and, you know, this place wasn't great. The second whiskey sour was atrocious. Almost made me never want to go back again, but possibly someday I shall. But it was cool. It was nice to get out. We never do shit like that. We usually just stay inside, have some drinks, cook, you know, grill, whatever, have some laughs. Which is always the best thing when you have a few laughs with friends. Nothing like it. Cheers. Going to be opening this thing up a bit early. I don't know what this is going to sound like. I don't have a... Probably have to do the sound thing. Let's see here. the back. This sound is better than the mic on the laptop. Okay, wow, cool. Right on. It's just my phone. And the camera's better, I'm noticing too. You ready to join in, bud? All right, let's see if we can do this.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool, dude. It's good to see you overcome a challenge.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, I was surprised. StreamYard doesn't have an app, which would have been so much easier. So this is through the .com.
Really?
Which is fine.
Pretty seamless for having another step in the process.
It is. Chris Wright, good to see you, man. From
Welcome.
Wales. Yeah, man. Yeah, it works. It's fine.
I wonder how many backups Aphid has. If his computer dies, will he just go to his like Dreamcast and put it on the game card? Or I'm curious what his screen would be. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
What do you think about my theory about buying a new one rather than getting this thing fixed?
The end of that cut out. I don't know if it's my internet or not. Your question was, what do I think it's time to move on from the laptop or fix it?
Yeah, buy a new one for 500 or fix it for 300 or potentially more.
You can get a new one for 500?
Yeah.
How old is the one that just died?
3.5 years, going up on 4.
How much did you pay for it?
500, same thing. And I'm pretty sure
you're upgrading the same model for 500.
Yeah, but it's better memory, better. It's essentially the same thing, but with slightly improved everything.
Yeah, no, if you can get a good deal for 500, I would go with new. That just makes more sense to me, because then you're going to go another 3.5 years at least, or whatever. You'll go longer. I think that once something starts to break, there's more problems, and if you're going to trust someone else to fix it, you're asking for problems for human error. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That's right. And not knowing what's wrong with it.
I don't trust people. I just not even if it's not like a clandestine thing where they're like deep, tinfoil hat stuff to my computer. It's more just like, are they going to do the job right, or are they just going to fuck it up?
Right.
I don't know. I've been having bad luck with that lately with other people helping me.
This is true, and they're only estimating what it will cost, and they don't know until they open it up, and the whole thing could be fucked up inside. It could be hardware as well as the RAM.
Because you said it was water. It is liquid that took it out.
I don't know. All I know is I turned it on. I picked it up after it wouldn't go on, and there was like a puddle like this on the back right corner. Like basically, it was touching that. So I'm like, did it suck? Did it get up into it somehow? It was almost like a drink, was sweating and left a ring near the back of the computer. And yeah, that's what here, Topple, that makes sense. I'm skeptical that I did it, but I'm willing to take the blame, because he's saying his has survived a lot. And this isn't the battery. It's bad RAM or bad hardware. So,
when you start it up, if you're willing to share that number, I can help you later. Or even if you want to do it now, that's fine too. But I don't know how much you want to talk about your laptop tonight.
Well, I can tell you the number, the error code.
Okay, go for it.
5 long beeps and 3 short beeps, blinks.
5 long and 5 short blinks.
No, 5 long, 3 short.
5 long, 3 short.
Yeah. Hi, Paka.
What is the make and model?
It's an HP. I don't know the model. I'd have to flip it over.
Laptop. That's
most of the codes, the error codes, it's on the number or cap locks button, one of them. It's pretty much their error codes are the same for most of the models in the last probably 8 years. So this is going to be a fairly common error code.
This symptom mentioned is an internal failure of the equipment involving the motherboard. You'll have to request technical assistance to fix it. So yeah.
It's exactly what I did, and I called the HP phone number, and that's where I got to.
Yeah, man.
A very nice guy, Indian guy. It's kind of refreshing now. They give you their Indian. What's that?
It's probably the same guy that did that post I just read from.
Yeah. And it's nice they give you their real name. Now they're not telling. He's not saying like his name's Bill or something. It's
well,
cool.
are you sure it's his real name, or is at least using a more natural fake name?
Fine with me, as long as it's not like Bill or Joey or something. You know.
Don't lie to me, Billy.
Yeah, but nice guy. I said, what about buying a new one? He said, well, you could make the purchase for the new one. That's not a bad idea. You'd be getting an upgrade, and it's only 200 more. And he was good. Wasn't like
man.
Exactly. Sometimes the people that you get from those foreign call centers are lacking in the ability to communicate other than what they read from their directions. This guy actually spoke with his mind, which is nice.
Right. I think that at a certain point, I just want to say hi to Palco Tigre, and Paca. I saw that earlier in the chat. Damn.
What's up, dude? Welcome. Thank you for being here. And que pasa? Que pasa?
Que pasa, hermano?
Very nice.
What passes, brother?
What is El Palco Tigre? I know Tigre is tiger.
I'm not familiar with Palco. I'm guessing it's a
color.
I can't say color now. It's not color. Doesn't seem like a color. Seems like a descriptive noun or descriptive of the tiger.
Like an adjective. Cool. Well, I'm glad you found us, dude. Stick around. Tiger brother. Okay.
I was Hermano Lobo in El Salvador for a short time.
Okay,
so
Tigers.
I get it.
Oh, he's a Detroit Tigers fan. El Palco is an area in the stadium for VIP people. Cool. All right, dude. Cool.
Something like that.
Yeah. Cool. Right on. Welcome here, dude. Do you have regular TV? Cable?
I do not have cable. I have Samsung Plus and then whatever is on the internet.
What's Samsung Plus?
They give you, as long as you have the internet, they give you like over 100 channels that are free. Like Bob Ross channel.
Is that because you have a Samsung phone?
Right, Samsung TV. It's just a benefit of buying, which is awesome because the Samsung TVs are nice. So it's a double bonus.
Right.
But what channels are you thinking of?
I want to get people to watch this Smirkanish show that I watch on Saturday mornings. It's just got so many good talking points stuff that we would cover here. Even though it's on CNN and is not like super lib.
Are you allowed to stream it and like talk over it on like Discord or something like this, and we could have it as the pub experience?
That's a good idea, but probably not live stream it on the internet. We could probably do it on Discord because it would be private.
You just have to have the audio of it. And I mean, is the visuals important?
They are. He does weekly polls, and his face is kind of funny, so it's fun to watch him make these goofy faces. He's one of these guys who stares at a computer or a screen all day, so his eyes are like super open and dilated all the time. So
he's on the sauce. What? It's not on YouTube. There's no clips of him recent. Someone doesn't like drop it on YouTube.
He probably has it on maybe his own channel. He's got his own website. I'm sure. It's got a lot of content there. Can you see the other guy in the green room?
I cannot see anything but myself.
It looks like Joe, but I can't see him.
ask him to do some silly things and see if it's Joe. Pick your nose, Joe.
Or can you give me the like rock and roll symbol, dude? Yeah, all right. He could still totally just drop a bunch of porno if it's not him, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk on it and let you on.
I think
You ready?
Joe's worth the risk.
It says love, life, this, something.
Think fast.
You do know him?
If it's Joe, I'll see his face in a second, and I know it's him.
All right. You want to shut your camera off, dude, or stay on? All right. I'm clicking you on. Here you go.
Good evening.
That's Joe. Welcome, Joe.
Hello
What's up,
there.
dude? How are you?
I'm doing all right.
I'm using the phone here, so my screen is tiny. This will help. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you need me to read something, just ask. Just be like, dude, what's that say? I got you, bro. Teamwork.
How's life for you, bud?
It's going all right. I got the weekend off, which is a surprise, so I'm just chilling.
Is that why you love life?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Makes a change. So yeah, went out for some lunch with my parents, and then I met out with my aunt and uncle for a bit, and did some housework, and that was pretty much it.
Cool.
So yeah. Oh, finally got a capo for my guitar as well. That's another thing.
Very nice.
How much did that run you?
Oh, completely free. It's actually a good one as well. It is a Boston capo. It's
Okay.
made out of like proper. Well, I don't know what that'd be.
Are you familiar with Boston, Steve? I don't know anything about it.
No.
I think it's an electric guitar capo. It's like proper fucking strong.
As long as you don't break it in half when you test the string, it's pretty good, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay, let's keep this going. All right, come on. Charger not working.
Charger's not working on your phone?
There we go.
I was going to say, you're plagued tonight, dude.
Let's have a look.
Dude, I can't plug in anything to it now. I have to use a stand charger. And
I can see the wheels turning.
it's like I'm doing it horizontal here. Let's try it. Okay, I got it. There we go. Sorry,
All right.
guys. Technical difficulties.
Crisis averted. Good job, man. Do you have any topics that you wanted to get into? I have a whole bunch because I haven't been doing the weekly dig.
I never do.
Okay. Just going organic. We're good. We're good.
Oh, it's like 30 odd euros. That's insane.
30 euros is expensive for a capo. I wouldn't be able to justify it.
Yeah.
A piece of bamboo and a rubber band.
Don't worry. The friend that gave it to me, she's in a band, and one of the fellas who, she has a boyfriend in the band, but one of the other fellas is like swing over her, and she just keeps giving her stuff for her electric guitar because he plays electric guitar.
You're benefiting from a crush.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What else can you get? Can you get a whole guitar?
No, not a whole guitar yet. No, but what I can get is from the seams of it, I'm getting a guitar pick next. That should be tomorrow, I think.
Let me know if that's 30 euros because that'd be crazy.
Oh no.
My phone's too hot. That's what's going on. I got to get a fan on it. This is my favorite pick.
Lift it up off the table as well if you haven't. Oh, that's nice.
Fender.
It's a Jim Dunlop Jazz 3.
I see. Dunlop. Nothing to do with the Dunlop shoes from Australia.
Nothing.
No. It's Dunlow.
Okay.
Like
Was Dunlop
it's
big?
Dunlop.
Dunlop shoes big for you like 10 years ago, Joe?
Yeah, we still have some Dunlop stuff as well.
They disappeared in Australia. They stopped, and then the Chinese ones came in, and now those are gone too.
Let me look. Let me see what else is Dunlop, because I see Dunlop quite a lot, but I'm never quite sure on what.
What blew my mind is it was basically like a low heel Converse shoe, but they were super cheap, and you could not destroy them. They would not blow apart.
Oh yeah.
forever.
So Dunlop does like bags for like golf clubs and a bunch of other stuff. They're also like a sports retailer.
Okay.
Is it the same one?
I'm curious because
Probably.
the tire industry, the rubber industry, is what it was all about originally in Australia. I'm pretty sure, making tires, and then tread made sense for a shoe. But when it comes to like their manufacturing abilities, it makes sense they could get in as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm going to run this fan here.
Is the back of your phone in full contact with something, or is it open to the air?
It's in full contact with the charger.
Ooh, that's probably why. Are you using like a wireless charger?
Yes.
Yeah. What percentage is your phone on?
What's that?
What percentage is your phone on?
No, you're gonna have to do sound cancellation. So the fan is you're gonna have to kill your mic. Basically, it's taking over.
Yeah.
The problem with the battery charger is that's going to heat up, and this video is going to the graphics card is cooking.
Right.
So I don't know if I kill my video, I can't kill it completely. Joe, what do you think is the best way to save his video graphics card for this?
Well, if it's on his
video,
maybe not him killing video. I wonder how much charge his phone has.
He's probably watching the number count down like seconds.
78.
Oh, okay.
78. And how long does it usually last when you're on stream? Do you know?
I never used it on a stream before.
Okay. We'll see how long it lasts. If it drops down to 6 in 10 minutes, you might have an issue.
I mean, I can shut the cam off.
See what's happening.
The computing power at that point, I think, more than the graphics card heating the phone.
Yeah, it's to do with that, and also if you have it on a wireless charger, it's naturally going to heat up. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just let us let me know when how fast the battery goes down during this experience. I'm curious. My phone would probably go down. I'm curious. I don't know how long my phone would last.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep it going and see what happens, you know?
Yeah, just run with it. But if you want to put your cam on, dude, I don't think it's gonna hurt much.
Well, honestly, now it's charging again. So it was only peaking the temperature probably by a couple degrees. So maybe just
okay.
I'll leave the cam off. I'll turn it on. I'll see what happens here. Just roll with it.
What happened to your what happened to your computer?
They said, what was it again, RW? Hardware or
there's a hardware failure on the motherboard. A code for that.
Okay, that's not something I can walk you through.
No, I did it all. I did everything up to the
Phillips head screwdriver.
All right, let me get these guys.
That seal that says warranty.
No, you need to break that seal. Yeah, you need to break that seal that says warranty, and you need to take off that funny thing that looks like a processor, right? And you need to take the pins. You need to straighten them flat out. Actually, no, I'll take them off. You don't need them. Fuck it.
Hey, don't forget, you have to heat up all that solder to pull it out.
Oh yeah,
but you don't want to heat up the other stuff too much in the process.
No.
Exactly.
Welcome, Welsh and Paka. It's good to see you guys
again. Everyone. Good evening,
also,
Joe. Good evening, RW and Steve.
What's up, bud?
Just a bit of a heads up on your charger. My phone, when I'm charging it and I'm actually on a live stream, it normally drops 1% about every 10 minutes. So
that's not as bad as I thought.
You'll have plenty there, mate.
I mean, it depends on what phone he has and how long he's had it for, because the battery capacity might be quite low.
What's the details on your phone, Steve?
It's not great. It's 3 years old, the Galaxy 10.
Galaxy 10, 3 years old, so it's probably sitting on around 50%. Actually, depends on how much you use it, to be honest.
The worst thing you can do is do the updates. You'll find your battery goes slower, everything goes slower. I don't do any updates.
Yeah, if you're updating your firmware and it's like kind of more progressed than where your phone was, within 2-year time period, you'll see a massive increase in kind of like battery usage.
Can you download a KPK where those files are for Android to restart it with an older firmware?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can
KPK?
technically, if you have an old data save, you could probably pull that up instead and bring it back. But I don't know. I don't know how good that would be, because that means that like it might wipe some data that he needs. So
No, I'm not.
I had
I'm
a
not
bunch of.
looking to do it. I'm just curious for myself. I don't have a big enough issue yet to risk a problem, but I'll
You
mess
mean
with
on
it.
the phone or on the
I mean,
laptop?
on the
Phone.
phone. I mean, yeah, if you're able to get a hold of like an old ISO file or whatever the Android equivalent is for the operating system, then yeah, definitely. I was thinking about downloading on my phone. Thinking about getting rid of it and downloading like a Linux based operating system, because I've currently got like the Google Android
Would you play
system.
ball? Would you play ball with the X phone if they move forward with that?
Fuck no.
Really? I think
Oh,
I'd
hell
play
no.
ball.
Mm-mm. I don't
So
know.
internet
I
that's
don't know
built in
either.
for Starlink, I'd totally do it.
All right, we got a solid fuck no.
Well,
Paka, would you go for the Twitter X
No.
phone?
No.
No.
Elon
like
just
buttons.
Elon have just announced that he's giving free phone calls to any emergency service throughout the world. So he's giving coverage for any phone, for anyone, and obviously not for normal phone calls, for emergency phone calls.
If you're using his platform,
No, anyone.
anyone on any platform in the world.
Yeah.
That's an
Well,
interesting outreach
is
charity.
Is that not the case for all phones that you can call the emergency services without any charge?
No, because you don't get reception, do you? So he's going to provide that reception for emergency calls.
I was going to say it must be Skynet that's
Wait.
providing that service.
Yeah.
Not Skynet.
Skylink
Sorry.
or whatever. Yeah, Starlink.
That's what mine's called. I can't remember what the real one's called sometimes.
Now
I
you
mean,
both strike back to fucking Terminator, Skynet.
Yeah, that's why I call it that. I see it happening.
Yep.
I'm still happy to use it, man. Shit. If it gives me Starlink internet anywhere built into the price of the phone and coverage of the phone, I think that's so advanced that why would I continue to entertain Samsung or iPhone or anything like that?
And you're right. Think about a business capacity that has a fleet of phones, that has 100 guys with phones.
I'm just thinking of the fucking security issues of that, because if you're constantly connected to the Starlink network, there's a bunch of security issues that can happen with that alone. On top of that, I doubt it'll be like what's it called? Not open software. Open source. I doubt it'll be open source. And that'll create a whole world of problems.
Interesting.
I don't know. To me, that doesn't seem that big of a deal, because I don't even know what security breaches I have on this current setup or my current phone in the first place. So, and if they breach, I really don't care what they have or take.
So you mentioned the open source. Well, on another situation, he said that the AI thing, he wanted it all open source, and he doesn't patent any of his technologies for his car. He doesn't paint it anything. You can Google check that now. He stopped doing it. He stopped doing it about 5 years ago. Yeah.
I wonder whether that's because of the ethical position he takes on it, to do with like intellectual property, or whether it's something to do with licensing.
It's ethical, I think, for him. He's decided to do that.
You know who's championing the ethics of AI?
Who?
The Catholic Church.
Oh.
Legitimately, the Pope went to the G7 for talking about ethics of AI. So it's interesting that you're now relating it to what, Musk?
Huh? Oh yeah, Musk.
Yeah.
So So now we're talking maybe a little bit about social media with Elon. Obviously, the Telegram CEO got arrested in France this week and has been charged by the looks of things.
That's ridiculous.
What was for Telegram, right?
It was because a bunch of hackers, I think it was Russian hackers, they stole a bunch of information from like some Israeli intelligence agency, and basically Telegram wouldn't give up, wouldn't subpoena all of their information to the authorities. And the authorities like, we don't like this. We're gonna arrest you. When he got to France, and they arrested him. Total bullshit. Like,
and he's
what
a
about
joint French citizen.
They threw out the thing with child stuff. You guys know what I mean.
They hit him with that.
Well, I think they had to, because Facebook and Instagram are full of it, and Twitter, sadly.
Oh, that's disgusting, bro. I mean, there's nothing more vile in this world. And I'm
they're getting to grips with it on Twitter, I believe. It's not something you even look for on Twitter, but it was really bad on Twitter, and Elon said he was going to clamp that right out. So I'd hope to think that that's the case, because you were just hitting we were getting banned for like memes and stuff, and all of a sudden there's kiddie pages on there and shit. You're like, well, how has this cunt got 1,000 fucking subs or 2,000 subs? Like, he's been on there for like years. It's like, what's going on? It's fucking crazy.
It gets dark down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, now you're kind of getting into another territory. Well, we'll shy away from that one because it's not a crowd.
Yeah, but all the platforms are full of all that shit, right?
They are.
And it seems like you have to be a part of a club.
What about
Facebook had darkness like that attached to it. It existed, but like to seek that out, to be someone willing to seek that out is disgusting, and the fact that they didn't clamp down on it is that's telling. To me,
but there was like obviously really serious cases. There was cases in the UK of confirmed survivors that was being pushed around Twitter platform when Doherty had it. Is it Doherty?
Did anybody swing for it?
Well, it was a known thing. The police had been involved and everything, and yet the platform was still showing this fucking CP.
How do you in your country, like for us in America, we would, basically call the law enforcement and say, hey, this exists on this URL. What are you gonna do about it? Same difference there, or what's the deal?
Well, you would think you would thought it would been as easy as that, but of all accounts, this footage was like either not being removed or just kept on. Yeah, it wasn't being dealt with by Twitter. They were just basically just being, non-communicative, basically on the whole thing,
From what I understand of your Twitter issue was that it wasn't like there was quite a few cases, absolutely, where there was like actual graphic imagery, but I think a lot of it was like group bots spamming like Telegram invites to different places and that. So yeah, there was that, and then there was also I think there were some users who would use particular hashtags, and you had to be in an in circle to find out what the new hashtag was each week whenever the last one got banned and all that kind of thing. So it's incredibly hard to crack down on from that perspective.
What are the chances, though? What are the chances that a guy that's into sharing that type of information with others would be working on a encrypted communications platform?
You mean Telegram?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what, dude? There's condensation coming off my beer, and it's going towards the laptop. This is what happened. Holy
murderer!
Oh, yeah. Yep.
like I said, I just don't quite understand why they just didn't like set aside a team of people really just to say, okay, your job is now just to deal with all these hashtags, all these secret fucking groups.
Should be, right?
They're either
Well,
ignoring it,
surely
or-
they could have like mortally wounded this, that sort of scene.
the only two logical options are that they are ignoring it or that they are encouraging it. There's no way that they could be condemning it.
Yeah,
if it's
so when Doherty had it, my attitude was they were basically either ignoring it or encouraging it. That's the only way you could be.
Right.
And
I
it could mostly be a bit
tend
of
to
both.
lean on encouraging. I believe that
I mean-
the system exists to destroy people, not much else.
Well, it does make you think about the whole thing that just came out about Facebook and Zuckerberg there.
He's only changing because he thinks Trump's coming in. He's a cunt.
He doesn't want
Trump,
to be under the chopping block.
Trump
He
told
doesn't want to
him
be under
if he-
Trump's wrath, does he?
No, he doesn't. But I don't think that's what he's doing here. I think he's doing this mea culpa from like a point of view of like he's falling on his sword in a way. He's admitting it was wrong what they did. They could have sued the fucking government for that, man. He should have.
Well, basically, the government has forced a private company to obstruct the First Amendment.
Are we
That's
still
right.
pretending that Facebook isn't the CIA?
I don't think it's the CIA. I do think that it's monitored heavily for that kind of shit, but most of it's just bullshit, like
It's the most
fucking crap,
intelligent gathering device or vehicle that's been in existence for a very long time now. I really do believe that it never was some private company. It's something that's put out and exists so that they can have information at their fingertips.
True, but
and
99 and a vast majority of that information is useless to them.
Well, I would disagree because if you're the government, then you have like social security numbers, addresses, and then you have like everybody has a online footprint regardless, and they have the ability to subpoena any form of information that they wish at any point in time by anyone. They don't need these companies to farm.
Sometimes better to build a case for a while before you call on that person, but to have all that information is pretty beneficial at that point.
You don't have to call somebody to court to be able to subpoena information on them.
What I'm saying is, if people are doing dumb stuff on the internet, one day they shouldn't be surprised if all that information is put right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be surprised if they're using it on the general public. What is there? A lot of baby family bullshit.
Wait, we've had hundreds of UK citizens being sent to prison just in the last couple of months while they've been releasing rapists and all sorts of fucking wrong'uns. And some of them, there was no violence involved at all. It was Facebook posts.
They're making a statement.
And that statement was incorrect, supposedly. And that then deserved in prison. And in one case...
No. I'm saying the government is making a statement.
Well, yeah, but obviously they made a statement by putting something on social media. It might have been incorrect, but the reality was 20 months. And one of them was performing, as the judge said, in a campaign of anti-government rhetoric. I think that's a quote.
Sorry, say it one more time. Just saying hi to
anti-government rhetoric. He's leading a campaign of anti-government rhetoric. He was sent down for, I can't remember the exact crime.
It's funny though, because what's wrong with that? What's wrong with anti-government rhetoric?
I mean, I like going on and tweeting at them, like, the ones that would. I think I'm tweeting stuff that would get me arrested in the UK, but I feel great being able to do that here. But I wonder, like, if somebody fucks off enough here in the U.S., like, and it's maybe like they go to the U.K. in a few years, are they going to be waiting for, some wise ass like me or whoever?
Well,
let's hope they don't do it until 7 years after your post.
If, for example, you vote the wrong way and you just waste your vote, you might have Camilla in, and we all know what Camilla's going to do in the next 4 years. She's going to rip your freedoms apart.
What about yours? Why can't she rip
Well,
both?
we're already there, mate. So I'm trying to fucking save
but
you.
I'm sure she can take a couple from you.
I mean, I'm not being funny. If you waste
left for them, these poor bastards don't have much left.
No, man, they don't.
Poor guys need to come over here.
Yeah, only if they can help the politicians. There needs to be another Mayflower coming back over this way, starting over.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe we could ship all of our people on another boat. The Mayflower can unload the good people here that want patriotism and a nation, and then everyone that wants to just have free ride, we'll send them back a free ride on that Mayflower ship.
Yeah, it's interesting that the UK government seems to want their own citizens to just shut up, and then they can do whatever they want. They seem to put more priority.
That's a good look.
They put more priority over the protection of non-citizens, which is a strange thing for me to see, man.
Well,
why is it strange when you've got Kamala?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I hear you. Glass houses, right? Yeah. Right,
I mean, they're just passing a law now, old Gavin Newsom in California, where they are allowing Newsom, yeah, okay, non-US citizens to get a grant so they can get a big help with getting their first house. But
25 grand.
Yeah, I mean, they're giving it to non-US citizens. It's crazy.
I think that down payment of 25 grand would probably be a tent under the San Francisco Bridge or something. I'm not sure what real estate that would help with in California.
Yeah, I know. There is that.
I don't know. Also, buying a house right now, $25,000 is a nice gift, but if I still can't afford the other $500,000, it's not going to put me in a better place.
Right.
I don't know. Politics is a joke. It's a clown show. I've only started to pay attention to the humor in it anymore because I don't think it's going to change. It's just going to happen. So strap in, boys.
What house prices like in Republican areas?
I just actually posted an image today of that. I'll grab that.
Because if the free down payment helps there, then that's a problem because they're going to move those people to Republican areas who are going to vote against them.
Sorry, I missed that last bit because I'm just trying to. Sorry, make your point and then I'll look.
So my point is, maybe I don't know, but maybe if house prices are cheap in Republican areas because it's a
right
better
cost
economy,
of living is less,
then those people will move there with their freebie down payment and then vote Democrat.
I don't know if they have to use it in California or not. I didn't know it was new. I didn't even know Newsom was involved in that process.
I don't know. I'm outside. I'm just looking on. I'm just looking for what is the angle.
So here I'm opening a site now. I'll give you the heads up. So I remember that Mississippi was the cheapest cost of living per year, and that was $45,906. That's the income you have to have in Mississippi to get by, as opposed to Hawaii, which is where is it? $112,411 to get by in Hawaii. It's crazy.
Sort your mic out, Steve. Sort something out, Mike. Steve.
Yeah, move the fan, Steve.
All right, it's off.
Yeah, but go into the settings and put noise cancellation off, just like you would normally do. You can still do it on your mobile.
I think it is off. I had my
on. Sorry, on.
It's on. I had my fan that's 1 inch from the phone on. I just shut it
right.
off. It should be.
Steve, can you play the video in the back chat? It's like a 2-minute busker session in London. This sums up the UK perfectly.
What? Can I?
Oh, let me just. If I put in. Oh, let me do it now. Sorry, I don't think I've done it. Right.
Yeah. Can you put it on your screen? Because I'm working on a phone here, and this is. Here we are. Who did I lose before? Paka, RW. Okay. Based. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, I've just put it in the back chat.
I don't know if I can. Well, let's try. I don't think I can share from my phone, man.
Oh,
Screen
right.
share.
I don't know.
What are you trying to share, dude?
Yeah, in the back chat, RW. Don't know if you can take control of it.
No,
Yeah,
I just watch on my own here.
Unfortunately.
What about you, Joe?
Last Dance
I can
could do
try.
it.
Yeah, Joe can do it. He's youngster, isn't he?
You'd have to do it through OBS, right?
This guy.
No, I think I can just do this.
This guy.
Yeah, just give him full screen.
Welcome, Aphid.
Aphid.
What's going on, fellas?
We're saving the world. That's what we're doing.
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
My phone is hot as fuck, so I'm just hoping it stays alive.
Do you got it plugged in, Smokesteve?
No, I can't plug it in anymore. The plug's fucked up, dude. It's jammed with something, and now I just have it on a.
You're not gonna last. You know, you probably run out of juice at like the 3-hour mark.
You have to make sure you kill the screen before that happens, otherwise it's going to be floating.
I'm working the magnetic contact charger here. If I take it off for a few minutes and put it back on, I seem to be okay. I'm at 72%. I was at 77 before RW, so I'm holding out pretty good here.
Am I sharing? Yeah, you just need to give me permission to share this, apparently.
If he's not willing to do that, the other option is OBS, right? If I open OBS, I can show it through current video.
Yeah, or even easier would be for Joe to come in as a separate identity, and then we just accept Joe 2 to come in, and Joe 2 would be the video or videos.
That would be if he just went to share his.
I mean, I don't have an OBS set up right now. I don't even have it installed on this distribution, but I can do that. One moment.
You'd be faster than me. I can try and work around, but I
got
have no experience with OBS.
Smokesteve,
Here we go.
He just gotta accept
all the problem.
Here we go.
All right.
The UK's fucked up and there's no one coming over to save me. Elon Musk is trying to beat me, Keir Starmer's crazy. All that we want is our borders closed, but all that we got is you, Edwards and Bud. If I keep my mind, then I am alright. I guess I better power that, cause I'm fucking up over the Poland, where the streets are safe, and you're not here to lock me up in jail over a comment I put on Facebook. I guess I kinda like the way you push me away.
I'm waiting for the cops to dive tackle him.
But one thing is that we are not racist. I try and see a doctor, but my time is just wasted. I'm not being funny, but where are the kids? No women inside, just bet on those chips. Stop giving them money and sort out our shit. I guess you'd rather make more friends like Jimmy and Phil over in Poland. They keep the streets safe, and you're not here to lock me up in jail over some comments I left on Facebook. I guess I kinda like the way you push me away.
Yeah, cool. I like
He
his
didn't even.
voice.
He didn't even spell satire right.
Oh well.
Was he trying to spell satire?
Yeah, that was
I
the
thought it was like
attempt.
Snatter or something. You know, he's
It could be hate speech satire. You spell it wrong now. You got to meme it back.
There's a
Maybe.
really
Don't
cool
spell
song
anything
called-
right because the algorithm picks it up.
That guy had a good voice. I liked it.
Spoke a lot of sense. I've been to Poland
I liked
twice.
it. It was a good tune. He hit some nails on the head.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to Poland, it was their Independence Day on 2 occasions, 11th of November, and it was amazing. It really was, and the build, just the, we went in the tube and all that. It was spotless. It was spotless. Everyone was like looking at each other, talking to each other, and no one was ignoring each other.
It's a country that, to me, it's someplace I'd never even thought about visiting, you know? I think a lot of Americans it's just a place where people came from 100 years ago and moved to Chicago or whatever, you know?
It's in my blood, that's for sure.
To me, Poland means cheap smokes.
It's funny.
The problem solvers.
Yeah. Cheap smokes and Kabanoshi.
I was waiting for some
okay.
police officer to dive tackle that dude. That's the type of video I thought you shared. I was waiting for something like that. He actually got through his phone.
What they'll do? They'll knock his door down at 5 a.m. in the morning.
No,
No,
don't want to cause a stir.
They'll wait until he's getting his kids in the car, and then they'll smash in his window, and then they'll drag him out the car. Come on now, they have some class about themselves.
That's what they did to my mate. 5 in the morning.
Right.
Like
Did you guys have Polish jokes over there, or was that just a United States thing?
No
I think it's
Polak.
just called racism.
Like,
Well,
how
they're
many
not
does it take to-
Polish isn't a race, though. They're just white.
Okay.
How many does it take to screw in a light bulb? That kind of thing.
How many?
Wait,
I don't
Polish
remember.
isn't a race?
How many
Was it
quarter
three? I
does
think it was
does it
three,
take to
wasn't it?
summon a Polish
I guess
man?
the culture. No, there's definitely blood is definitely tested. I don't know. I don't know.
Polish?
Is that a true statement?
Well,
Yes.
I
It
think
takes
it's-
5 Polish people to screw in a light bulb. 1 to hold the light bulb and 4 to turn the ladder.
Yeah.
That's
We had that with
Yeah,
Mexicans.
that's awful. Well, I'll just put in the chat, okay? A lesser known lesson from World War II is don't F with the Polish.
Yeah.
They never took Warsaw. Because
respect.
Polish
respect.
will
Yeah,
kill
no, don't,
themselves
'cause
killing
like,
you.
yeah.
Acting around
and-
otherwise, though.
yeah, so you might know the stories about Warsaw and how they lived in the underground and they popped about drains and blew up tanks all day long. Those in the Polish Air Force that made it back to the UK and joined the RAF, and we had to convince them not to slam our planes into their stuff.
Yeah, so every war movie, I don't know how true it is, but I do presume there's quite a lot of truth in it, but we do know how it can be sort of, but the Polish Air Force were known to be fucking fruitcakes on many, many, many levels.
Yeah,
and
they were European.
they were quite happy.
kamikaze.
They were quite happy to die.
Yeah.
As long as they took a Nazi with them, basically, that was their attitude. Full stop.
As I said, a Polishman will happily kill himself killing you, so don't fuck with the Polish.
Yeah, we could only make so many Spitfires and Hurricanes. They were precious, and the Polish didn't care.
Oh no.
Yeah,
What do
we
you
had.
mean I can only take one Kurva fucking Spitfire?
I had a neighbor growing up His name was Stash. He was Polish. Stash. Later in life, I realized how funny his name was because we call where you hid your weed your stash. But his name was Stash. I don't even know what that was short for, but he didn't speak to children, only adults. He was like old school, fucking old school Polak, you know. He just drank a ton, and he only spoke to like my father. Probably never even my mom, you know.
So, Steve, the history, if you think about it, over 100 years, it was taken over by the Russians, and then the Nazis come along, and then after the Nazis, the commies come back, and now they're free from that. So they've had a hard time, a fucking real hard time.
Yeah, now they're steadfast in their ways, and they're not changing for anybody. And I've seen some of the interviews with this new guy they have there in office, and he's on. What's his name? I know you. We've shared him before.
Yes. So his name's Dominic Travolsky.
He does not mince words.
Yeah. He brings he brings the word zero with the OK sign. Zero. So obviously, Poland's getting a lot of stick because they're not taking any Muslim migration, but they've actually taken more migration from Ukraine than any country in the EU by a long shot.
Yeah, like over 1 million, dude. Over a fucking million. And they're putting them up, they're putting them to work, they're helping them out. But these people are also have the capacity to be contributing members of society. And what this guy said is, we do what the Polish people want. That's his biggest thing. If they don't want refugees, then refugees don't come here. And that's so fucking rare for a politician to say, well, I do what the people want because, after all, I represent them, you know? Like, you will never hear that again, man.
From any Western politician in power, you will never hear it. You're out of power, but when in power, you won't hear that.
What was that, Aphid?
They work for us. And if they don't, we shouldn't vote for them.
I'm curious about the situation in Aurora, Colorado with the Venezuelan gangs that have taken over some apartment buildings.
It's progressive. You should embrace this. You should embrace this cultural differences. Something you should embrace.
Get these guys their 50 grand now.
Yeah,
my point being, like, if the people of Colorado are working for the citizens there, they should be fixing that problem as fast as possible, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw one where the kid had an AR, so it's like, he's got an AR, he's bad. Well, you let him in the first place. It's on you. So it's like, he's got something the Republicans cherish, like, you know, assault weapons and AR-15, but yet he was let in by Democrats. This guy's covering all the bases there, man. He's fucking, it's kind of hilarious.
Well,
and he does. They have machine guns.
Don't you think you should embrace these different cultural differences? Don't you think so?
How are you doing with embracing yours over there?
Well, it's working great. I live in the UK. It's amazing. It's a little bit stabby, but it's mostly peaceful.
Was that you singing with the guitar on that video?
The UK is being enriched with all sorts of cultural differences these days, and I embrace it because I'm from Britain, and we accept anyone from anywhere.
Are you big on artwork? Like tagging is a nice cultural rebranding of the nation.
Acid attacks. We're big on acid attacks. Like, it's a new phenomenon. It's great. It's amazing.
Right.
Oh well, I'll see you at 5 o'clock in the morning, my friend.
What?
Do they bring any good food over there?
Any restaurants pop up that are pretty delicious?
South Americans, they bring a bunch of good food up here. But do those, where are they coming from? Syrians? They got some good food over there in Syria?
In the Congo.
Remember,
you guys got kebabs? Like, I hear kebabs are like a thing. That's like a Middle Eastern thing. That seems like a weird thing.
It always comes down to food.
Seems like a weird thing.
There's got to be some way to front and launder the money, though. They need businesses.
Barber shops. Barbershops. That's all they need.
You don't want these guys with the scissors and all, and you're laying
Bloodletting.
back. I mean, come on.
They
You
don't.
don't
They
want-
don't.
you don't want any bloodletting
They
guys?
don't do any work, Steve. They're just literally. Joe can agree with this. The amount of barbershops open in the last 10 years in the UK is ridiculous.
Oh fuck yeah! I went to Reading and it was like, holy shit! Hello. I can get 3 types of Turkish haircuts in one fucking street. That's interesting.
Yeah. So basically, it's Vietnamese nail bars, Caribbean weave shops, and barber shops are your
Nice.
big money, and obviously car washing businesses.
Weave shops are definitely important.
Your
for the
big
culture.
fucking washing money sort of operations.
You guys got a bunch of Turkish immigrants? Or
We
is that just a type of
we accept everyone in the UK. We're very welcoming.
Hang on. We don't have a lot of Turkish immigrants. We have a lot of Turkish barbershops that are owned by a bunch of non-Turks.
We have huge
Oh.
we have huge Kurdish communities throughout the UK.
Mm.
Yeah, which is
it
basically
the Christian,
Turkey.
is it the Christian Turkish that are coming over?
No, not generally. No, sorry, Kurdish. I was on about. No, they're mainly Muslim. They're Marxists. That's the crazy thing. They're Marxists.
The Erdogan, he's a good guy though, right?
There's a couple of
Erdogan.
shop.
Mm.
Well,
Don't the right likes that guy, right?
Depends on what kind of right you're talking about.
Which guy? I just missed it.
he's
Erdogan.
right on the he's very right wing Muslim ways, but I wouldn't have said any other way.
Who are we talking about?
Erdogan.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest. I haven't
know.
seen many Muslims like supporting Erdogan.
Really?
Well, he told the Turks.
I thought that's how he stayed in power.
He told the Turks to go and invade Europe and breed and get that statement out. He said that.
Hmm.
And they did. They went to Germany mainly.
Oops.
Yeah. Let me what's his name again? I'll try and get the quote. How the hell do you spell that name?
No one is at the helm, boys. This ship is
go in.
sailing itself, boys.
Oh, good thing I'm
man,
here.
never mind.
Quick,
Captain
someone
on
break out. Oh, never
Captain
mind.
on
It's
deck.
over. We weren't thinking about causing a mutiny at all. No.
Tally ho, man.
Yeah. We love having scurvy.
I'd be the guy growing lemon trees on the front of the ship, selling them.
Did you get
I'd
your
be the
laptop
guy.
working?
Hmm?
Smokesteve,
Me?
did you? Yeah,
No, why?
because that's almost exact. That seems like almost exactly the same.
No, it's the phone
Look and
is getting hot, and I'm fucking around trying to cool it down every once in a while, and I'm moving it around here.
Just
and
put
there.
it in some water, dude. Just get a bucket of
Yeah,
water.
ice and water's better.
No, rose water. Come on now.
Mm.
Be classy with it.
So your
I've
laptop
got a
got
bottle
wet.
of ethylene glycol. I could soak it in that, chilled.
Your laptop got wet, Smokesteve?
That's the prevailing theory.
Yeah.
I have.
She might be-
I'm looking
she
to
might be
here.
cooked.
I had liquid come off of my beers earlier that was forming a puddle, marching towards it after it was fried, and that it leads me to believe that maybe
It
there's a
seems like
sag in the table.
it'd have to be a little more water than just a puddle from condensation. It seems like to get it wet.
Probably more. Yeah, but I don't. Like I said, I
Cool.
didn't find any definitive proof of it.
Or it could be a what do you call it? Or it could just be like a long-lasting drip that's been happening for a while.
Could have just
Yeah.
gave up the ghost too.
I mean, I
there's that
do
as well.
smoke a lot of cannabis around it, so maybe
It's
like
not that old though.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
All that
dude,
tar
shouldn't-
stuck up under the fan. Just
I would
built like
I would definitely try to reseat that RAM before you give up on it. Just it's worth a shot. Just
Why not?
Re-
I have it's little tiny torque driver screws, which I have a little set of. So the mini torque drivers, which usually with those small ones you can use mini Allen wrenches too. They kind of fit inside and do the same thing.
So what happens when you boot it up?
Nothing. The cap locks button starts flashing the error code, which was fairly obvious to me that it was an error code. I went online and searched the error code. It's a common error code, and it's not good. So
what's the error code for exactly?
I checked.
Well, RDV said it earlier, and it was like basically hardware or RAM is what the guy. And then I called HP, and he said it's either hardware or RAM or both.
These guys, they're gonna try and get you to buy a new laptop. They're gonna try and stop you from getting it fixed as much as possible.
He said 200 to 300. He said 200 to 300 to fix it, and then I can buy the same thing for $5. So I'm leaning towards buy. Just
don't buy the same one. Get an upgrade version. I'd say if you were gonna.
Well, if you're me, you would look on Facebook Marketplace and get something twice as good as what you're gonna get for like $150, $200.
Yeah,
that's true.
Look for parents who have look for parents who have recently lost children.
Send me what you're thinking of getting, Smokesteve. If you want to go that route, and I'll.
Well, here's the funny thing. I looked at a higher end one with a better camera, and then you go to the screen that shows you all the plugins, and it has Bluetooth only for audio connection. I need a hardwired headphone for my desire.
A lot of them have USB-C now.
Yeah,
you still get a converter for that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, but that's one more thing he's gonna have to get. He could get if he gets a 2-year-old high-end PC, it'll last him 10 years.
Well, I don't like PCs though.
I think
I mean laptop.
Okay.
Could I just throw it out there? AP News 2017 March. Turkish President Erdogan has called on Turks living in Europe to have at least 5 children, saying it would be best response to Europe's injustices.
That's ridiculous. Aphid, I've got a great idea for you, my friend. A very unethical, ethical life hack to get free stuff, to get cheap stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so go on to Facebook and look for child bereavement groups, right? And then go and see if anybody has have stores set up. You'll find very cheap tech on there.
Wow, that is the most dirty, down low, but yet kind of sneaky smart thing at the same time. God,
I think Aphid's already typing.
Aphid's like typing right now.
I've come across scams where people are like, "Oh, I just lost my son and I bought this PS5 and I just want it to go to a good home." And I don't know what the scam is, but I know it's a scam because it's the same like basic message that they send over and over.
Remember 20 years ago when that person would walk up to you and be like, "My car just broke down. I'm out of gas. I'm broke. Can you give me $5?" These people have now elevated to the
it's not $5. There's a change amount. There's a change amount.
Yeah, now they're
$5.38 or something.
What is that for? Like a fifth of night train or something?
I have no idea what the marketing, it's just like that. Anytime I was asked for money, usually from a crackhead, it was usually like the exact amount of change for a guy that was in a hospital or something.
I don't. Go ahead, buddy.
I get great scam texts from people posing as like on post, like the Irish posting like mail service, right? However, now like every single time, the amount that they're asking for, it, like severely underestimates the cost of like parceling and packaging in Ireland. It's ridiculously expensive. It would be like 20 model. It's like, oh my god, this is so cheap. And then you remember midway through putting your bank details in that you already have. I didn't order anything. Oh my god.
I got a free 50
thing, and they do it for cheap, and then they take your stuff.
Yeah.
Joe, do you know 2 people have died in Notting Hill Carnival?
No.
Yeah.
How'd they die?
Stabbed.
Stabbed.
Oh,
Stabbed.
actually, yeah. Sorry, I heard about that, and I also
Seriously
saw
wounded, two of them died.
I also saw how do I put it? I saw people doing miming the hokey pokey dance, hanging from, was it a bridge or something? As well as twerking on police officers, amongst other things.
Oh yeah, I
At the
mean,
carnival.
I think you're
oh yeah,
you're pronouncing culturally enrichment wrong.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
If you put in Notting Hill Carnival, right, in Twitter, you just see some of the degeneracy you're seeing there is crazy. But
Wow.
I'm just reading a tweet off someone I follow. It says no one died during the riots in the last couple of weeks, yet the full force came down. The regime came out.
Yeah.
2 deaths at Notting Hill Carnival. No mugshots. No dawn raids. No mainstream media humiliation. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the stats. 2 murders, 8 stabbings. The 2 murders were 2 separate incidents. The one was a female trying to stop someone getting stabbed. 8 stabbings, 230 arrests, 49 weapons seized, including guns. By the way, this is not a good. There was 2 guns seized as well. 35 officers injured. 37 assaults on emergency service workers. That
And
means
this was just during a
paramedics.
party, like a big
That means-
carnival party. This
Yeah,
all broke out amongst people doing whatever they want.
Yeah, it's like a carnival
figure.
party. Yeah, where the police stand back and go, yeah, do whatever you like. Yeah, exactly that.
It's beyond.
Like if there was 3 deaths in the Premiership season, there would be questions.
Well, can you imagine? Can you imagine during this far right riots? You know, this infamous far right. Can you imagine if there was 2 murders, 8 stabbings, 230 arrests, 49 weapons seized, 35 officers injured, 37 assaults on paramedics? Can you imagine? And two guns seized. Can you imagine the uproar?
Yeah, but it wasn't right. It was a festival. So be fair. Compare it to festivals. So if it was a festival,
a
if it was the proms. No, but go on.
It's crazy. Isn't it?
What is a far right festival?
No. Yeah, like if it was Glastonbury.
Like the ball?
Eh?
Is that like a ball, like Cinderella?
No, Glastonbury Festival's like
So I've done. You should know Glastonbury. I've done Glastonbury since 1994 to 2016. And
who's name us a couple famous bands that have played there. Anybody?
Well, name us any band famous.
Come on, Steve. You know Glastonbury Festival.
From Jimi Hendrix to Oasis. Name any
I was going to say Oasis. Yeah, it sounds like an.
Yeah, so they played Glastonbury.
Name a band that hasn't played at Glastonbury.
Radiohead.
They played at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Who's the one who sings Clocks?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Always take 10 pegs, bottles full of piss.
He was married to Gwyneth Paltrow, the lead singer.
Bush.
Not Bush.
Coldplay.
That's Gavin Newsom.
Coldplay.
Yeah, couple of mallets, 10 pegs.
That's a Coldplay.
Anything you can throw at Coldplay, take it with you.
You get people on the left moaning that Glastonbury, there's all these arrests at Glastonbury. Yeah, but the difference is the arrests at Glastonbury are for fraud. They're for theft. Right? Because I went to Glastonbury when it was super crazy, and I went when it was basically passport entry. You had to have photo ID to get in, and the photo on the ticket had to match the photo on your ID. It was very, very tight security in the end. So, yeah, you got professional people going in there doing their business, and I'm sure they did really well.
Is there?
You didn't get this. You didn't get the scallies that were just like back in the 90s. You'd get people just putting a Stanley knife through a tent because the zip makes a noise. Where if you use a Stanley knife, it doesn't, and you could just pick their jeans up or whatever and just fuck off.
Oh, you mean utility knife? Sure. I'll be right back.
Yeah, like a flip, like a like a sharp knife, super sharp knife, but it's like a blade.
Petty
anything-
crime, like Charles Dickens wrote about, which might be cultural. Who knows?
But it's not a comparison. It's not a comparison. Arrest at Glastonbury is not a comparison to Arrest at Carnival, because Arrest at Carnival there was 2 guns, there was fucking knives galore. You know, there was serious assaults going on, rapes, sexual assaults. Yeah, and there was rapes and sexual assaults at Glastonbury. I'm not saying there wasn't.
What's the purpose of this festival? Like, what is the reason of the gathering? Is it to listen to bands play music? Is it to
Notting Hill.
Have you not heard of Glastonbury? Then
no?
Sorry.
That culture
I
I
have.
know nothing about.
so it's I think it's the world's biggest festival. 250,000 people paid to enter it.
But when you say festival, like, what did they just to eat a bunch of different cool food to listen to
music.
Yeah,
music?
the food at Glastonbury is superb, absolutely superb.
Glastonbury is a legacy of Woodstock.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's
I like
off
the
your foot in
original
Woodstock because
Woodstock.
So
Woodstock.
imagine if Woodstock had just kept going. That's Glastonbury.
Right.
You can eat really well at Glastonbury. Really, you can have.
Is it
all
expensive?
meats.
Do they like
yeah,
here
it's
when we have festivals? Like a bottle of water is like $77 or something.
Yeah, it's similar, but they have the farm shop that is subsidized and very cheap, so
That's
you could get a
cool. I've
liter.
never seen that at a Renaissance festival or anything.
Yeah,
Also,
but
would anybody like to buy some pills?
RW, you seem like the type of guy to go to a Renaissance festival. You've probably been to a Renaissance festival, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, once
Yeah.
or twice. When I
You
was
seen
younger, I
some
thought it
like
was
heavy set gals with the leather bustiers and
cool. Yeah,
propping the
it's
boobs
not,
up,
It's not a good look.
flopping. They flop.
Yeah,
They
it's
like
the
to
ones
flop.
that you're wondering if it's actually boob.
Oh,
but
it's-
boys, if you haven't heard of Glastonbury, but honestly, to do this, just put down Glastonbury Festival highlights. Like look for a 5-10 minute clip on YouTube. It's absolutely. I think it's 1,200 acres. I think
Yeah,
it is.
it's like a wall of people.
Is it
Well,
akin to a Burning Man in any way?
Well,
No.
they have things like called Arcadia and Las Vegas, which is the real crazy part of the festival. They have really obscure arty, circusy events with flames, with robotics on sort of like huge giant robotics on sticks that they're operating from ground level.
Is the aspect of the absence of God a factor in the so like the Burning Man or the Playa del Fuego festivals that I've known in America? You go there to do whatever you want, and the aspect of like the Ten Commandments and that are forsaken. Not so much that people speak openly against God or anything, but they don't.
It's not.
honor
It's
any
not.
of that.
It's not religious. It's pagan, if anything. I think.
That's
Right.
what he's saying. But I mean, it's like, come on now. Like 90% of the people that go there, like I know a bunch of people that went to Burning Man, and the topic of religion or lack thereof has never been brought up. So it's not like it's the motivating factor for people going there.
Well, for Playa del Fuego, the motivating factor of the group I went with was definitely to go do drugs, like, and fuck people. Just fuck everybody and do drugs.
Well, I mean, that's just the.
Yeah.
That's just. That's just.
standard.
Yeah,
That's the standard entry. All right, all right.
That's just.
And
That's a festival, dude. I mean, come on.
Speaking from
You're
experience,
creative,
Don't be so square.
Right, I'm
don't
trying
do
to
your
get them out, boys.
don't do your MDMA Wednesday night and Thursday night. Make sure you wait until Friday to start doing your MDMA. It's sort of if you get you sort
Welcome
of
back,
burn
Tom.
out of the highs, so you're better off sort of just not partaking when, because you at Glastonbury you get there at Wednesday.
I was watching everybody else partaking. That was my experience. I was experiencing all these different drugs and what they did to people. It was interesting. Some put them in like this small circle, like a time loop. It was weird. It was a weird experience.
We used to play tricks, like we used to get a bit of a fish wire where we used to camp, and we used to put like a bit of like powder in a little clip bag, and we used to like tie it with a bit of fishing line.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sit like sat at the end of the camp and just throw it out into the pathway, and then you'll see people try and like either carefully pick it up, and what you got to try and do is you got to try and act normal, and as soon as they pick it up, you pull it out of their hands, so they got to chase it.
Yep.
So we used to do shit like that. Nice people watching. Nice
we just went to my son wanted to go to a hobby shop today, so we went there, and they had a whole rack of like the cheap magic tricks or shocking pens or stinky, smelling stuff, and
Stink
but
bombs.
they had one of those things like you're talking about, and it was fishing line, and it's hooked up to a little metal round like thing with a button on it, and you could string out and put whatever you want on the end of it and do that. And I remember we used to do that.
Especially if people are like, obviously Glastonbury, people are really high anyway.
You're right.
They literally
reaction time's slow.
Yeah, they literally just see like a big bag of powder in front of them, and they want to grab it before someone else grabs it, or they want to pick it up slyly. There's always a maneuver they're trying to do, and as they bend down, you just give it a little tug and move it.
Here's a good comment from Dawn. Glastonbury ended my vegetarian stage. Had been traveling with hippies. We shared the cooking, which had to be vegetarian. Then I walked past the Bacon Buddy food caravan, of course. That's cool. Sounds like a fun time.
She also did a fair trade with the last comment down there. She said we got free entry and parking next to the green field as we'd stay an extra 3 days to clean up after the weekend hippies.
So that's what I used to do back in the 90s.
Clean up?
Yeah, we used to do a bit of cleaning up.
Oh, jeez.
To be fair, you could do really well cleaning up, because basically loads of people leave loads of stuff.
I would imagine.
Because what you got to understand is you can't park your car very close to where you camp. The one thing about Glastonbury is your car will be, I would suggest for most people, at least a mile to 2 miles away from their tent location. They've got to carry everything, so you get people carrying, like they take their wheelie bins with them. Some clever people take a big wheelie bin they got outside of their house. They take it with them. They just put all their shit in it. Other people are like, push chairs, trolleys. It gets muddy. It's like carnage, and so they just don't carry their stuff back. They just say, "I'll carry my clothes. I'm leaving the tent. I'm leaving loads of stuff: vodka, lager, all sealed."
Oh yeah.
I don't think that.
Money,
I think
drugs,
that's like
they forget. Phones.
Here in the States, I think it's our age group thing, because I just don't see them as much. I mean, they still have them, but there's only they're usually like, and there'll be several throughout the year all over the United States. Where when I was younger, and I'm sure Smokesteve can agree with this, there was music festivals. There was several a summer, in our town.
I went to one of the greatest ever, the Clifford Ball, which was hosted by Fish in Plattsburgh, New York. Look that one up.
Oh.
That was insane, dude. We did acid and every other thing that you could find. And obviously, we had tons of grass, mushrooms. It was nuts. And they were like, Fish was driving around on bikes and shit at night, late after the show, and people were so high they couldn't tell if it was like Trey or fucking some other hippie. It was just the most funny shit, dude. It was one of the best times ever.
I say another crazy thing about Grasmere is the sheer size. So before mobiles, when I used to go there, the meeting point situations were always very personal to your group. But there was actually meeting points all over the festival, like little sort of marquees with like flags and stuff. They still do it now, even today, but it was obviously very much in use before mobiles because people would lose each other all the fucking time. You know, honest to God, there is no way you're gonna do a festival without losing your friends. You lose your friends near enough
Right.
all the time. It's crazy. You cannot find you just go out. There's fucking 8 of you going out. Then before you even get to the venue, you walk past a couple of shops. There's 4. As sick as if you are, and before you know, even if the 4 hardcore stay together, before you know it, you turn your back and you've lost. Without mobiles, it was quite a serious problem. But it would make you talk to people because you lost your friends. I used to see people walking around like day after day, no money, no tent. That's all they know is they put their tent up in the middle of the night. They went out. And he lost his mates, and he doesn't know where he put his tent. He has no idea. Obviously, he's never been there before. He has fucking obviously when you get in, let's say 200,000 people back then, maybe
200,000. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
The 1 year, I remember 80,000 was the official thing. In the 90s, it was 86,000 or something was the official number.
That's huge. But 200,000 is like Brazil.
Well, no, they believe that over 160,000 jumped or basically broke in. So the numbers, even back in the 90s, officially were one price, but realistically, you could triple that number or double it. But now, because of the security, I think it's like 220 or 250,000 paid people, and about 50,000 staff, including police and everything else. It's huge operation.
I remember the Guns N' Roses video for Paradise City was filmed in Wembley. Part of it was in Wembley Stadium. And when they show that crowd, it looks just so massive. Is that a soccer stadium?
Yeah.
So they had them on the pitch, and the pitch seemed huge, and then the people up in the stands just seemed so fucking giant. Is that Sarita I hear?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Okay. How are you?
Very good. Glad to hear that.
Dawn, are you Australian or you're British and live in Australia now? I thought you were Australian.
No.
That's probably going to take a minute to bounce back and forth. So,
right.
I mean, you're talking about stadiums, Steve. I'm very lucky. Obviously, in Wales, we've got the Millennium Stadium. They keep changing the name to the highest bidder, but it's traditionally called the Millennium Stadium. That's 72,000. It's all seated.
What is it? The Millennial Stadium? What is it? Show up late, close early, doesn't really put a lot into the work.
No, the Millennium. The Millennium.
Like the Falcon.
But they have super bikes. They have world wrestling there. You have boxing there. Obviously, football, rugby. That's what it's traditionally there for. But they have the speedway, the monster trucks. We're in there a couple of 2-3 months ago. The monster trucks were in there.
Big boys, yeah.
Taylor Swift was in there last month.
Taylor.
That chick.
She's a national treasure. Right, Ethan?
She might
No,
be when she's born.
I don't think she is. I think she's got too much power. Luckily, she doesn't take advantage of it more than she does.
So how weird is this? So it was 2 months ago she was in Cardiff, and while she was in Cardiff, there was 2 facial recognition vans and I made a comment about it's a Taylor Swift concert, right? I made that comment, and why is there two? I did a video about it. Why is there two facial recognition bans? A month later, there was 3 girls tragically killed by a lunatic at a Taylor Swift. I know it wasn't a concert, but it was a Taylor Swift sort of yoga thing.
Yeah,
Right.
we all
Sort
heard.
of a listening party while they were working out, doing yoga. Yeah.
So, it sort of threw it up in the air for me because obviously they had facial
Was there some randomness in that attack?
No, because in Austria, if you put down Austria Taylor Swift cancelled gigs, it'll come up now.
I remember that. That wasn't long ago either.
That's right. So
You
she
think
went to the
these two
UK.
things are connected?
Well, obviously there was a huge police presence for facial recognition in Cardiff, right? So I've got the video of that. I've got the video of it. Now, it's 6 minutes long. I haven't released it. I've put it on unlisted. Didn't think it was that good. But, like you said, if you put it down, Taylor Swift cancelled concerts. Taylor.
Well, yeah, that one, they caught the guys and they were had pledged their allegiance with the ones who have 2 letters in their name, and it's the letter is repeated twice. And they've all pledged allegiance to that group, right? And yeah. Pretty cool.
Is this?
Yeah.
What group is that?
Take a chill pill.
Try a different pronunciation.
Austria. There we go. So Swift's concerts in Vienna cancelled was cancelled on August the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Were cancelled as a precaution after Austrian police arrested 2 teenagers. The third was later detained, accused of preparing to carry out a terror attack. Yeah.
Yeah, and that dude wasn't going to stop until he got shot. So as many hacks as he could get in, he was going to do. With some big ass shit, cleaver size.
So did they know about it in Cardiff beforehand? I would suggest they did know about it beforehand in Cardiff because they had 2 facial recognition vehicles in the centre, and they actually
what I'm questioning you.
Actually, sorry, Steve. On top of that, there was a armed response car. And it's very rare to see not an armed response car. But what I thought was rare was the passenger had his M16 between his legs. I could see it. So they were most probably they had information.
Well, let me ask you this, Welchie. Is anyone tying these 2 incidents together?
Well, this is what I'm thinking now, because obviously when I was confused of why you would have 2 facial recognition bans for a Taylor Swift concert. I said that on the video.
You're saying, can I clarify what you're saying? 2 Taylor Swift facial recognition bans? B-A-N-S?
Well, let me just rephrase that. No, they were 2 live facial recognition bans, but they were stationed for the Taylor Swift concert. I'll bring up the video now. I'll show you.
I got you. Okay.
I'll find it. I've done it as an unlisted, so we can watch it. There it is. There. Okay. Let me go and get it. It's just weird, Like I said, why would they have that sort of security for that sort of concert? Well, maybe they knew something I didn't know. Oh yeah.
She might be the most powerful person in the world.
Let me come out. I'll come back now. Right, look out for me, Steve.
That doesn't bother anyone.
What's the question?
It wasn't a question. Well, yeah, I guess it was. I said she might be the most powerful person in the world.
Who is this?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, because of her influence?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't care about the woman, but she's all over the feeds, so she still influences me in a way.
Doesn't bother me one lick.
But if that is the case, I kind of hear the argument of we're all fucked, aren't we?
It's just another elite. What's the difference?
Yeah, but yeah. Yes. But it's all of them, isn't it? That's the problem.
All the people in the limelight? I mean, she's just in most of the limelight currently. I mean, is there anyone else that has more of the
It's
limelight
not
than
just
her?
her. It's Beyonce. It's everyone in that business. It's also everyone in Hollywood. It's also everyone
Yeah, but
on TV. It's also all the mainstream media. It's also all the newspapers.
The high priestess.
I don't know if you can play that little video in the back, Aphid. I don't know if it's something you can do, mate.
Where's this?
She's a self-made woman. I don't find any issues with her.
She shouldn't get involved in politics.
She can give her an endorsement.
Let's get involved in politics.
How does an endorsement matter?
Her endorsement is going to get probably so many hundreds of thousands of votes.
That's crazy. It's crazy that people can be endorsed to believe something like.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't think about stuff for themselves.
Right.
Well, a lot of them do. But
Why would your laptop or that shiny box in the corner of your living room just tell you what to do and what to think? Why would you accept that?
Smokesteve's got to allow me to do it.
Go ahead.
I'm watching it in the background.
You got
it if you are, W.
Invite from me.
Oh.
Yeah, you're looking the lady on the corner there in the.
Let me know when you got it open.
Is she
I'll
with
go
the
to that
van?
page.
No.
I don't know, mate.
Can you put it on a tab and then open it, and then?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, I can invite you.
Yeah, that's it. You come in as a second. I think that's the old school way of doing it, but it's easy enough that way.
Hey, cup of tea. Has he been here all along? Sorry, I didn't see you, buddy. Welcome.
I remember seeing Bottle. I don't remember seeing Cup at the beginning. No, I think he's just fresh.
I'm not a Swiftie. I don't like her music at all. I've never even bumped my head up and down to it. You know, I'm someone who loves some good pop music. It's not her, you know. Simple as that. I'm more of a naughty by nature, not because I hate you. You know, like that level of pop.
Word. I like the Tribe Called Quest a little bit more than that, I think.
Tribe Called Quest is great. I listen to a lot of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. He got very political in the end, which kind of ruined it for me.
You know,
really, like you, it bothers you, like
his snitty song against Trump. Like, I don't even like Trump in that sense. It's just like you're putting out music to sneer. Like, you even like Raging. Where's Rage Against the Machine? What happened to them, dude?
They're now changing their name to We Abide by the Machine.
Yeah, Raging for the Machine. It's
there's no more raging. There's just
the irony, Steve. The irony.
Kneeling for the machine.
Yeah, the irony in it is so.
It's not ironic. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's awful.
I still love their old music.
I bet they don't even see it. I bet they don't even see it because they're so.
They are
sort of
taking the
brainwashed.
knee for the machine. That is.
Yeah, taking the knee for the machine. That's right. There was a chap that does live streams. He's all right. His name's Street Mike, but he filmed the riot in Southport as it was happening. And as soon as the police van went up, he stopped his live. Everyone called him Weak Mike for ages. Weak Mike on his chat. But I sort of get why he bottled it, you know.
He didn't want to go to prison, man. Come on.
People have got fucking lives. They got jobs. They got fucking families to feed. Like, you know.
Yeah, but we were watching on
everyone,
YouTube.
isn't it?
We were watching on YouTube. Fucking hell. You know, he had over 20,000 watching at the time.
Well,
You see it,
I got
Smokesteve?
Storm coming in, so I might drop.
Yeah.
He beat my 21,000. He got 24, I think you got. Bastard.
I got to get a beer.
Have you guys been paying attention to any new technologies?
Do you guys want to watch this video, or should I close it up?
No,
Yeah,
I'm trying to watch that.
if you
That's
could,
fine.
I'd like to.
It's ready. It's ready to go. Smokesteve's got to let me in.
Because it sort of proves.
This
Because
fucking thing is tiny, dude. I'm wearing my readers.
Yeah, don't worry about it then. You want me to just close it?
Oh, I can do it. I can't. I'm not seeing like a lot of the notifications.
There should be a second invite from me.
Yeah, there'll be a little red dot at the bottom. What shall we say? Someone's waiting in the back.
We lost. We lost him.
Game over, boys. Better
That's
look
all
next
right.
time.
gone, man.
This show's a lot better without him, if you ask me.
Oh.
Did anyone see JFK's new campaign video?
No, I saw RFK is suing North Carolina because
you
they want to
mean
take his name
RFK.
off the ballot.
RFKJ.
Yeah, brilliant. They tried to keep his name off the ballot. Now they won't let it. Now they won't let it off the ballot.
Oh, hello! Look at that.
Isn't that
isn't
funny?
it?
Isn't that
That's
funny?
so brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys see it?
Yeah, you're good to go.
All right, let me know if the volume didn't play. You ready?
Yeah.
No volume. Go back again.
No volume?
No volume.
Yeah, no sound.
Can you do a commentary if we can't get sound?
Well, the sound.
All you hear is bass breathing heavy and
No, you don't.
commenting sexually
That kinda
about
does it for
these
me, though,
women.
Nathan, so.
Where is it?
I don't see where I need to allow the audio, though. It might be because it's going through my headphones.
Is there a little speaker on your tab browser that's X'd?
No, it's playing.
So, but basically, this van that your video, so he just has cameras on all sides that grab faces.
So, so it's on the roof. It is. So
Oh, it's in
I don't know
Wales.
why the audio's not playing. I'm not gonna be able to figure that out.
Oh well.
There's not much audio though. Just based asking what's going on.
And you're saying.
And now
like,
he's commenting on what he's
people that
seeing.
They were looking for people specifically.
Well, I mean, basically, the gig is literally just opposite that van. So behind that TV there is the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I might show it a bit better now. You can zap it 10 seconds if you want to.
And he doesn't care that you're there, just videotaping.
Well, look, I'm filming in public, man. So that's the one who's got his M16 between his legs. I clocked it on the way down. I mention it now. There's the stadium there. People are just outside singing and stuff. So there's the one van. And if you want to zap it a little bit, at the end of this road, 100 yards, about 30 seconds. I'm commenting. I'm thinking, what? Well, I'm thinking, why is there facial recognition? Keep going again. The end of the road. And, yeah. Maybe there it is. There's another facial recognition there. It actually says it on the side, facial recognition, live facial recognition.
I'm jealous, man. How come we don't have those in our streets?
So wait there now. It'll come in again. I'll zoom into it again in by here now. So it'll say facial recognition on it. I'm sure I zoom in on it.
I don't know if the closed caption will pick up while she.
There we go. So there, on the back end of there, it says live facial recognition. There we go. Trying to get it like phone's
I wonder if
struggling.
they have those going in Australia. Don, do you know
Live,
if that's happening?
yeah, live facial recognition. You can see at the bottom. So
I could totally see that in Queensland or something.
live
On the
facial
Gold Coast,
recognition.
even.
Alright, it's off.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Then you're just walking down the street.
Yeah, so basically that's it. But that was 2 months ago in Cardiff. Obviously, a month ago in Austria, they cancelled 3 gigs, and it was a confirmed, mostly peaceful attack. So, yeah, maybe they were aware or would have suggested they are, because obviously that's quite high profile.
Can you define mostly peaceful attack?
Yeah.
Should we say an ideology-led attack, a belief system?
They all eat Alan's snack bar.
Well,
like
but they were
snack
actually
bars?
physically violent. There was actual assault.
Pretzels?
I remember the old snack bar days.
Desert wellies. A certain ideology.
I understand the ideology, but I'm saying like the event you're talking about, was there actually assault?
Well, not there was obviously nothing happened at Cardiff, but I mean, I would have suggested it was only a month in between Cardiff and the European gigs, because she'd done Britain and then she went to Europe, so it was only a couple of weeks in there. So I would have been pretty sure that the security forces in the UK would have been well aware of what's going on in Europe. Not so much the great detail of it, but that's why I presume why there was that BMW X5 with an M16 between his legs, which I never see out normally.
I've got an M16 between my legs, if you know what I mean.
And two facial recognitions within 200 yards of each other. I just thought that was, maybe
It's
like I said,
unusual for this country.
Actually, Cardiff is the test city for facial recognition. So we were basically forefront in it. Obviously, there's more in London, but all that work happens in Cardiff. But to see two out was unusual with the copper there, with his rifle.
My brother lives in Cardiff. I've been quite a few times. It's an incredibly good night out. It's a lovely city, but it's also embracing multiculturalism in a big way.
Like actual good community vibe.
No. So what he means
Isn't it?
is,
I heard it was a big gay neighborhood.
It's a good visitor vibe. The actual Welsh, the actual people of Cardiff are salt of the earth Welsh people. Like they're great.
Yeah, I mean, you could be honest even with Welshie here. I mean, you don't have to tell.
Yeah, but I believe what he's trying to suggest.
No, I'm not saying that until my brother lives there. I go off.
Okay.
My brother's
Yes. So let me just jump in and say what he's suggesting there is that Wales has been labelled by the first minister, our president, or whatever in Wales, right? He's labelled Wales as a country of sanctuary. So our borders are completely open to anyone from anywhere. So I believe that's what you're suggesting. It's it's overflowing.
I think it's hilarious how you guys have to speak in code almost. Like,
Well, we must embrace all these different cultural differences.
You must embrace not going to jail tomorrow for being on the pub. That's what you have to embrace.
My family's British, and I was born in 1970. I fully understand the English-Welsh relationship, and it's bizarre because when two brothers or family members are fighting and you try and intervene and all of a sudden both of them turn on you.
Yes.
Yeah, that.
I had that today parenting. It was fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's kind of reassuring that, in-group preference works and it's there for a reason. like
So
every
yeah, the
society has
Welsh traditionally hate the English, and the
Yeah.
Scottish traditionally hate the English.
Yes.
The English hate the Scottish and the Welsh, but really, it's more the other way around, because obviously, the England being the oppressor as such.
The point being that is the situation, but like.
Let me just finish what I'm getting to. Is the difference between England and Wales is that when England play football, in any major competition, the English sort of supporters, they sort of stick together, and they sort of put their club rivalries to one side. When Wales plays in the tournament anywhere in the world, the Cardiff fans and the Swansea fans, they don't join up. They fight each other. They don't join up. Same with the Wrexham fans and vice versa. So that's the big difference in Wales and England. It's like the English group up.
Like
we don't group up.
There's rivalries in the NFL and stuff here, but it sounds like over there, when you have two sports fans teams get together, it's almost like you're looking forward to the fight because that's half the experience. Does that make sense? Is that true or not true?
Yeah,
I didn't think that was true anymore. I thought the whole fight thing over there was dead. That hooligan side.
Yeah, it is dead. But
the
statement he made is very true. The statement he's made, because I've been there 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, the statement's true. If you went away, if I went away with Cardiff and I went to Middlesbrough, right, it's like a fucking big journey as well. You're like 5 hours or whatever. You get up there, you literally go to you try and get into like a real city centre pub, and if you can get anywhere near any pub and you can take the one pub over, you sort of that's half the thing. Because now you're in their manor, you're taking the fucking piss. You're just fucking larging it up on their manor. You're in their beer gardens. You're making
but
noise.
you're still paying top dollar for the beers, so the bar's doing okay.
Yeah, but now it's sort of up to them to sort of to keep face, to kick us out, really. And obviously, Cardiff.
Yeah, but that's
Cardiff,
dicey. It's a public drinking establishment.
Yeah, but
what kind of a fucking place? You can't have drinks in the same place as the opposing fans of some random fucking team that means nothing to anybody.
No. It's rare in the UK. You could literally like have rival supporters either side of the road. It's rare. That'd be rare. They sort of need to be separated, otherwise.
Wild.
But things have definitely changed, Steve. When you said that's dead, it technically is dead, and it's been dead for a while. So,
because the law cracks down on it more, or because the people have changed.
Definitely the law cracked down, because up until a certain point, until Margaret Thatcher said no, that's it, no more. You get like a £50 fine and stuff.
Right. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to think that Tommy Robinson seems to me sort of like a throwback to the old soccer hooligan type of person? But he's obviously he's not just that. He's got a greater purpose, but he definitely has that edge, if you will.
Okay, so his name is not Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is one of Luton's top boys.
I know. His name is Stephen Angley. Angley.
Yaxley Lennon. But, so the irony of you mentioning that is like his secret name, Tommy Robinson, not his secret name, is like his play names is Luton's top boy's name. That's the Luton's top boy's name.
Soccer player.
No, hooligan.
Oh, hooligan. Okay, yeah. Okay, right. So he named himself after a hooligan. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. So I am onto something in seeing that his persona is like that.
Whether you knew it or not, that's the actual fact.
I didn't. His persona always seemed like that to me. But I know he's more than that. And, frankly, I'll say this. His persona has defeated him. I think he would have been better off going about his whole thing in a more educated way, a little bit more, of a book learned type person. But he chose what he chose. He chose violence at the beginning, and that's the way he went. And I don't think it helped him.
Well, I mean, I think that's sort of a sweeping statement. This he chose violence. I think mainly.
Where did he choose violence?
He was defending himself, if anything.
I kind of said that as a joke to that expression. I woke up today and I chose violence. Like, that's just a goofy thing to hear. But honestly, what I mean by it is he seemed to be egging on reactions from people to show their reactions and to kind of stand up and make himself. He's a tough guy, and he doesn't mind standing up for himself. But he was inviting that from people, which I don't think played well for him.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, he's a tough guy, and he will stand up to anyone. And if anybody wants to fight, he will fight them. But that's not what he's asking of other people. He's simply asking that they stand up and take notice.
Sure.
However, the MSN has played him the way they have. And I have this argument with people a lot, and I have this argument with people about Trump is if you know what the mainstream media has told you about these people, but you have never actually listened to them. Go listen to them, then make your mind up. Go and see if Donald Trump actually told people to drink bleach. And
I know he did. I know all of that.
Yeah, it actually said that the Ku Klux Klan were honourable folks or whatever they claim he said. Like, actually check that out and then realise what's going on. And then
what's amazing, Paco, with that when he said the thing with people on both sides. Finally, after so many years, the infamous website Snopes has changed it to feature the truth.
Frankie's saying that people on both sides have a valid argument. What a fucking Nazi!
Yeah, but
he didn't say that though. He said there was people on both sides, fine people on both sides. But I condemn the neo-Nazis. So he was calling the neo-Nazis separate to fine people on both sides.
Yeah, and then they claimed he said the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, they've straightened it out finally. Snopes has come around.
Yeah, but Joe Biden or his office tweeted it out again today. And someone put underneath Snoop's screenshot.
Yeah. Well, if there's material people want with Trump, there's plenty of it. You don't have to use these things that are actually not true. He actually has said some stupid,
I'm
not going to say that word, but he said plenty of idiotic things, and there's plenty of material out there, as there was for Biden.
Well, when he made the joke about being a dictator for one day, hasn't he learned anything from that? Hasn't he learned anything from 2015 that everything he says will be used against him? They'll clip it, they'll twist it, they'll turn it. Now,
what's different though? Every politician's like that. The other side's always going to use whatever they say against him.
Yeah, so for him to make a joke about being a dictator for one day was always going to bite his ass. So he should never have said that joke. Yeah, but when he talks shit for 2 hours, he's going to say something stupid, and that's it. I mean, it's not like Joe Biden that says something that doesn't make any sense. Even if you broke everything, you can't even work out the words in the middle of the sentence. Don't know about sentence making a sentence. Yeah, I mean, But that's it. They'll use that against him. He's gonna take all his he's gonna be a dictator. He said from day one. You think
Well,
fucking
again, and you'll admit it too. You're not saying it, Walshy, but he's his own worst enemy sometimes by saying these dumb fucking things.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. He should never have made that joke. That joke is now going to always bite his ass, and he should have known from 2015 onwards. You know, and obviously been a businessman all his life. That there's things that he could have. He only said that about a year ago, didn't he? He should just fucking hell.
Yeah, this is our worst enemy. But we'll see. I'm up here in the comments. We see Cup of D saying 2 months and he'll win.
I don't think he's going to win.
You don't think he's going to win?
Nope, not now.
Why do you think that?
I think that the whole race changed as soon as that old fart dropped out.
It's so crazy because she's so not popular. She's so.
I know she is. She sucks. She sucks. But she's gonna be our next president. I'm pretty sure of it.
I mean, I do see some wisdom in what you're saying. Polls do lie, and people who say polls don't lie are idiots because polls have been wrong a lot lately.
They have.
And they were wrong for Trump.
Week, didn't I? Don't listen to the polls.
The polls are mirroring when Trump won right now. At the same time, Trump was behind, and he won.
He's a weak candidate. He sucks too.
Yeah,
I never understand. I'm sorry, the people that praise politicians because I've never found one I wanted to praise. So, and stick up for him. I hear people stick up for Trump. Make excuses for him. It doesn't mean this. Base is doing it right here. Not me.
Well, I'm not sticking up for him though, see, because I'm criticizing him. I'm criticizing him for his comments because they
you are, but you're still sticking up for him in the same breath.
Well, I support him. I'm certainly not sticking up for him at this point, and I wouldn't stick up for him when it comes to jabs. And I think that proves because every time he talks about jabs at one of his rallies, he gets booed. He gets booed every time he talks about jabs. His own people boo him.
About what?
About the COVID vax, the jib jab.
They boo him. They boo him every time he talks about it. I can give you many examples.
Right, because he goes on I was the one who brought it in.
Oh, yeah, he's bragging about like
he mentions it, and all of a sudden the boo starts low, and the boo gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And he goes, "I know a lot of you didn't like it, and everyone said, "No, man."
So I want to show something to the group in the background. There's the X link I just posted. It's a picture of the percentage of people that live in urban areas in the United States by state. Like you have California, 94% of the population lives in urban areas. New York, 87%, Florida, 92%. You have all these different places. If the majority of people that live in cities are going to vote liberal, then the United States is stacked across the whole United States with people that live in urban population.
Texas.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling
we've
you,
been
Texas
saying that
will
for
soon
years.
Be a blue state.
I've spoken to Aphid Liff about this many times. Yeah, if all the people in Texas voted who are of voting age with the party they're attached to, there you go. That's a lot of.
And it's electorates. There's no use for anybody else to vote anymore once that happens.
But the hard part, even though that's how the vote works, based on that data, if that is going to play out that way, the difference in where the country will head is so different, in my opinion, that it surprises me that people are willing to go in that direction, period. If the direction of one is that the nation is going to crumble or suffer, and the direction of the other is that it's going to try and build itself back. I don't understand
your opinion, though.
But is it just my opinion, or is it what we've been presented with?
No, it's just your opinion.
Okay.
We've been flip flop since the industrial age, and it's the way to succeed here. You know, you might not agree with it. You might think, oh, these Democrats, you know, it's all go to hell once they take over. And I agree that if it does take over for good, then we're in trouble because we need the back and forth. We need you not to like what's going on 50% of the time, and we need, you know, the purple hair not to like what's going on 50% of the time because that's how we succeed.
That makes no sense.
That makes absolute sense.
That's how you fail. That's how you fail.
No, how can you say that when if you look at our history, that's the way it's been.
Like the UK, you plow billions into projects, and as soon as the next government comes in, they change the projects and cancel them.
No, that's what we need to stop, and that's not the way it was here in the United States.
You end up plowing good money off the bad, and it's just dead money. I'm quite envious sometimes. Not of anything else, but of the way the Chinese will get on with a fucking project and they'll get it done. And they'll get it done. Where all Western countries will fuck it around, play politics and play nonsense. And the people it affects are the people, not the governments, obviously. They're just riding the wave.
To me, it looks like America needs to heal.
The elites just skim money off the top for themselves.
No, you need every bit. You need every bit. Every bit counts, whether you like them or not. Their opinion matters, and the middle is the way to succeed.
The middle is...
It's a proven system. It's a mathematical proven system.
Right, it's synthesis, but that's a controlled system.
You talking about the electoral college?
I think he's talking about ideologies left and right.
No, I'm just talking about, like, you have to have both. You have to have a little bit of yin and a little bit of yang.
It needs to flip flop in order to function.
Right.
In order to
Once one side, once one power, once one ideology gets too much control, that's when they take advantage, and that's when
Don't you think we're there though?
No, why would you think that? We just had a Republican administration, and now we have a Democratic administration. How could you possibly think one side is stronger than the other? Look at the polls. I mean, we're talking about 1% chance right now in who we're going to elect as our next president. So how can you say one side has control? I mean,
I don't see
it makes no sense.
4%, Nathan.
It only makes sense to people that the other side is in control right now. That's the only people it doesn't make. And then they get in control, and they don't think about this. Oh, we need a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They're like, oh, I like it the way it is right now. Of course they do. But then you got to have it shit, and you don't like it for a while.
Do you think the government or the people are in control? Do you think the government or the people? Do you think the government is in control or the people are in control?
I think in the whole realm of things, the people make the decisions, and it's the people's fault. Every problem is the people's fault, especially here in the United States.
So Colorado's a blue state, I think.
I mean, you can give examples based. You know, you can give examples of here, and then I could give examples of somewhere where it's drastically the other.
So what about Portland? Is that another blue? Is that another blue one? Is it? Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have. I mean, you're only making an argument for your narrative, for your side.
Well, let's go with
a lot of these shithole places, Democrat run.
But you only think it's a shithole place. There's a bunch of other people that think that what you think is a good place is a shithole place.
Well, what about the cost of living, like the aspect of a home or needing only $49,000 to survive in a red state versus closer to $75,000 or $80,000 in a blue state? What is that based off of?
It's based off of more people wanting to live in that blue state than the red state. And as soon as it changes, then those prices will go up in the red state.
Chicago over.
Topple, turn your camera on for 2 seconds so I can see you.
Yeah, but can you explain to me why, like for example, you've got Los Angeles, so you've got $1 million, £5 million apartments, and straight outside their apartment, there's a fucking there's those pickaxe handles on the pavement. Right outside their £5 million. How can those two things? How can Gavin allow this
Topple, I'm sorry, Welsh. Just Topple. Did you get on because of this conversation in particular, or was it just timing?
I just got home, so
okay, cool. Okay.
Why?
No,
crack the bottle, bro. Crack
What
the
are we
bottle.
talking?
Let's get
I
pumped
know
up.
I'm gonna have to pick up my niece soon, though. What are y'all talking about?
Well, I just find this so crazy. How California is supposed to be, like the 5th biggest economy in the world, and it's a state for fuck's sake. So it's, it's a huge economy.
Isn't it the biggest
But
economy in the world?
But like you've literally got crackheads and degeneracy right outside multi-million-pound
You
apartments,
got that all
and
over
it's
the United
allowed.
States.
It's totally allowed. You basically, that's how the rich people and the poor people live. They literally live side by side in this fucking dystopian shithole.
Don't you guys have that over in the UK?
Yeah, we do. We do in a way, and it's coming. Like for example, Mayfair, we got Romani gypsies on Mayfair, which is and they've just turned up recently. But it's not like the scale of you're getting, but we're getting there. We're taking that rope. But I just find it crazy how that those two things can sort of be allowed to happen next to each other, and a lot of people are just sort of happy with that. I just think that's fucking.
What else are you gonna do though?
Move, go to Texas.
Texas,
Florida.
you got San Antonio. You got a lot of places in Texas too.
Austin.
Yeah. It goes the same as every state that you go to, unless you go down to the deep south, and that's just scary.
Well,
because everyone is kind of in poverty there. It's not really rich areas down there.
Once you get through the deep south, then you get to Florida. It's bizarre.
Oh, and then you have the same scenario going on. So
yeah.
So
Stay near the coasts in Florida. Don't go inland.
So what's the question being asked, though? It's just weird that we live side to side.
Well, yeah, like I just find it
because I got Philadelphia, right? I'm within 15
like
minutes
exactly Philadelphia. Once again, another example of just why isn't this a national emergency where you get a task force together and try and really break the back of what the problems that's going on mainly inner city areas. But
so what are you going to do with all the drug addicts? You're just going to throw them in jail?
No, you don't throw them in jail at all. But I would suggest you take them into
the jail.
You take them off the streets.
But how do you take them off the street?
Where are you going to put them?
If you did this in every American city, you would be faced with hundreds of thousands of drug addicts and criminals that you need to sort out. Now, what are you doing?
Those stupid addicts.
Or we could do what George Carlin
take 4 states. You got these huge FEMA camps doing fuck all around the country. I'm sure you could, open up maybe 2% of them for a shed load of fucking.
We don't have big FEMA camps all around the country.
No, we don't.
I don't know.
We do. They're all over. It's fake FEMA camps.
No, they're not.
But like, I work in Philadelphia all the time, and it doesn't bother me. I grew up in Philly, so maybe I'm desensitized to it. But
yeah, but I guess it's outrageous.
But what you could do with addicts? Not all addicts are bad people, anyway.
No, I know, but it's the drugs they're taking, like this. What's it called? Not
kill the drug dealers, right?
What's it? It's not ketamine. What's it called?
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Fentanyl and there's spice
and there's something else out now too.
And the sister drugs to them. They actually destroy people's brain, doesn't they? It actually destroys. So they end up like a fucking near enough like a vegetable. You see them recovering, they're fucked. They're fucked. And it all depends what degree. So you're taking these people out of the equation for full time, and a lot of them die. It's outrageous. Was it how many died last year? Was it 200,000 on fentanyl? It's crazy numbers.
But what do you do with these addicts? You don't put them in jail, so are we paying for housing for them?
Well,
The
like I said,
housing's currently taken
you
off of.
take them off the streets, you take them out of the environment, and you, like you said, there's plenty of FEMA camps around the UK. You got plenty of army camps around the UK. You sort it out.
How cops used to do it, they would pick them up and take them to the next township next to them.
We pay for anybody that crosses the border. We pay for their housing.
I seen that done the other day on a YouTube clip. I seen officers from a different fucking town fucking pick up a drug addict and dump him off
at the next town.
At the next town, right?
Yes.
Just this is like literally like last month.
It's America.
They dumped him into California or something.
California is an ideal location because you don't have to really worry about super cold weather.
The weather.
Yes, that's why they usually do it down south.
Yeah,
once they make it there, it's paradise.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I'm saying the opposite.
They don't got no hurricanes.
All that stops. Like Hawaii, that's where they give them 1 week tickets to Hawaii, don't they? To get rid of them. They actually give them tickets to get rid of them, stick them to Hawaii.
They have to move their tent when Xi Jinping visits, though.
It's just there's no easy way to fix homelessness, and most of them are mentally ill. With drug addicts.
Do you think we should give them crack kits? So they give them like drug kits, so they can give them.
Well, Philadelphia gives. They have. If they go into any drug pharmacy, they're allowed to get free syringes. That was the HIV stuff, and then they do have shoot up areas in Philadelphia.
No.
They can do it not in public.
So what I've seen, they give out bags in the street, and in the bags there's obviously crack.
Heavy wind noise. Noise.
There's like obviously all that crack pipe shit. There's like lemon wipes and all sorts of stuff. All paraphernalia. It's like a little makeup bag for drugs, and it's disposable. So it's like, but yeah, they've been giving them out to people. They can get needles, but.
I think you're talking more about Seattle and Portland with that kind of shit.
I don't know. Yeah, Portland might sound about right, doesn't it?
But that's
Seattle
what they
as well.
do. That's why, like you were explaining earlier, how can people live next to it? You have no option unless you move to the Midwest and live on a farm.
Do you think that there is an aspect of being able to actually help people that are stuck in their situation for homelessness and drug use and such, or do you think it's just something that's going to run its course?
Well, you're allowing it, so because they haven't got a control of it, and the government's allowing it, it's going to run its course.
But any homeless person that's dealing with drug abuse and all that stuff in Philadelphia, there are free methadone clinics and all that stuff that they can see somebody and get help. There are ways to help. It's just you can't force somebody unless it's court order. And most drug cases in these areas, if you show up and you're convicted of a drug crime and you have past priors, they really don't care.
Yeah, so you can steal £1,000 under £1,000 worth and of shoplifting. And you're fine, isn't it? That's
well,
a lot of states.
They also changed the laws of what becomes a felony to a misdemeanor charge with shoplifting. It just... Do I agree with it? No. But at the same time, how do you fix this problem? I don't have a fucking clue.
So you make it like sort of top priority. You get RFK Jr. on it because you know what he's like for his health.
That guy's a clown.
Why would you? I understand his abortion views are a bit clownish, but why would you have a go at him for trying to get the kids to eat food with less preservatives? Why would that?
He's flip-flopped so many times. He's flip-flopped so many times.
There's a reason that guy backed out because he sucked.
Well, but.
I mean,
that's federally. You gotta go locally when you vote for that. If a president's not going to change that, other than laws federally with I don't even know
Well,
how
federal's the highest, though, isn't it?
states have more power than federal, though.
Is it?
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Like
I don't know if they have more power. They wield their power more.
Yeah. But federal law is, under my belief, is next to the Constitution.
It is, but like as far as like weed, for example, is a state to state.
Yeah, but that's because it's been. But if federally.
But federally, it's against the law. So, but they don't federally. They don't do anything
we just
about
discussed. I think Portland, Seattle, they have no laws that you can be arrested for using any drugs or being caught with drugs. But there are federal laws. I think it just goes transporting drugs cross state lines. That's what they cover, or coming into the country with drugs that you're not supposed to have. But each state makes their own laws with what kind of drugs, the amount of drugs.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if you had legislation in your small town or your town that was, say, for example, I'll give you the example now of begging, asking for money. So then they were saying that was illegal. That is that would be unconstitutional.
Well,
and
each state also have their own Supreme Court too.
But things like it's already been settled in the Supreme Court, asking for money. It's already been settled. You just can't aggressively ask for money. They're very different things. So as long as you ask for money and you don't aggressively ask for it, then any legislation that any state put into place, it wouldn't hold up.
No, but then you would have to go and fight it then, or
yeah, you always risk arrest. I mean, it's honor your oath investigations. Jeff Gray, he does a little sign that says, "God bless the homeless veterans," and they accuse him of all sorts. And he even says he said, even if I was asking for money, it's constitutional, First Amendment.
No.
And that's what it's under, the First Amendment, and it's been proven in federal lawsuits cases.
But like I was saying, like each state has their own different laws, gun laws, drug laws, abortion, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And each city has their own laws too. Like in the state of Pennsylvania, I can open carry, other than in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. So that's where you run into it just depends on the local.
I see what you're saying.
I wouldn't have expected Pennsylvania to be open carry, honestly. It surprises me.
No, it's open carry.
But there's certain things like the First Amendment that can't be.
What, freedom of speech, though?
Well, freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's another one as well.
Freedom to press the press.
Freedom of assembly. I think that's
there's an aspect of freedom of speech that I experienced when I had to go to jury duty, and that was when lawyers say something and then they say you have to scratch that from the book, and then you have to forget it as a juror. You're not allowed to use that information all of a sudden.
Yes.
That's freedom of speech that's weaponized. There's no way you're not going to think about what that person just said.
Oh, well, that's when it comes down to that they can have a mistrial for it if there's a multiple of them that happen.
Right. There should be like yellow cards like in soccer or something. I was like, that's bullshit.
You've only got to drop one truth pill in there, haven't you?
If you land it well. Literally weaponizing the 1A. And I thought it was interesting. It's all chess.
Yeah, you want to check that channel out. Honor your oath civil rights investigations. That's what it's called. He's one of the oldest. I I actually do class him as the basically the best all-time auditor in America. He doesn't have a habit to take police to court, but sadly he's forced to do so on multiple occasions. He even says to them on quite a lot of occasions, "I'm telling you now, please don't carry on. I'm telling you now." And they literally just laugh in his face sometimes. They still arrest him. I think he's been arrested like 4 times in like 2 years. Just literally holding a sign. He's saying nothing else.
Well, the UK is fucked up with what they're doing right now with all that censorship, and you could be.
So in the UK, a lady was arrested for silently praying. Okay, and what she was doing, there was an abortion clinic in somewhere, somewhere, and there was a protection order around it. This protection order prevents anyone from being there. But when the police asked her the question, she said she was silently praying, and that gave them grounds to arrest this lady under this protection order. And she was nowhere near the venue either. She was like a good couple of 100 yards from the venue.
What was the outcome of that court case, though? I would think that lady would have been let free.
No, because they put this protection order in. So the protection
So
order
she actually got booked and convicted of a crime.
Yeah, because they put this thing for protection orders for like abortion clinics in the UK.
Doesn't the people have any, like, if there's an outcry from the people, wouldn't the courts like?
Well, there's not. There's just people say not in my, as long as it's not in my backyard or it doesn't affect me. You know.
She went to court. She won the case.
If it's talking about,
she got to court.
I don't know if she won it, but I'm presuming that they went through their procedure because I know there was a protection order there. She might have won it. I don't know.
No, she did. She, from what I've seen, she went to court. She's been arrested twice, and the first time she took them to court for it, and she's won for the first instance, and there is another instance pending, but she won the first one. So, but the point is, they do it. The amount of time and money and her life that's been wasted going to court to fight this nonsense.
Yeah. So,
this is how they grind you down.
So if she'd have refused to answer the question, which I believe that wasn't the point of her doing it, I believe she's not going to hide that she was silently praying and it was a principled thing. If she'd have actually said nothing as a response, technically there's nothing that could have been done because the police can't go on what they think. They've got to go on what they know, and that's all they know is a woman is standing on the pavement. She's not outside the venue. It's not outside the venue. This is where she was arrested was nowhere near the venue as such. It was hundreds of yards in the other direction.
A Catholic priest would only go off of Bible stuff, bro. Right? Well, Don Brown.
Hopefully.
13,000. Yeah. Okay. Who knows?
Internet dead?
I don't have a pound key on my keyboard, I don't think. Nope.
What happened to your laptop? You spilled a beer on it.
I don't know, man. I woke up and it wouldn't start this afternoon at like 5 o'clock.
So when you take the back off to see if there's any water inside.
Well, I got to get the right. It's a torque driver screw. It's a little star head, tiny little thing. I got to get it.
Don't switch it on then.
Well, she's been on and off about 50 times today. It's fried, bro.
I'm sure you would have seen some moisture on the vents or something. Surely there was
It's possibly a little bit on the vents. Yes. Something happened.
What's that?
It was an anomaly.
Love you.
All remember having a telly a while back, and
That's
it
right. I
sounded
love you
like
too, Top Boy. My mic was muted. I missed my shot.
What?
You did he just tell
I
you he
just said
loved
I
you?
love you too. I didn't want you
I
to
told
feel
my
left
son
out.
I love him. Sorry.
Yeah.
I still love my son.
No, that's cool.
Oh,
I was
that's
just playing a
sweet.
game. I thought you were talking to me.
He's going to pick my niece up for me, so I don't have to. So
Nice.
So now you can get drunk with your peanut butter whiskey.
nah, I got shit to
Ooh,
do tomorrow.
really
I got
good.
work tomorrow, so
You gotta work
I-
tomorrow?
yeah.
You get off Monday?
I'm taking Monday off. I said fuck that. I haven't had all summer off really, so give me one
Does he,
holiday.
do you get extra dough for working on Sunday, bro?
He should. I'm sure he does.
Unless we charge the customer extra dough, but I don't see it in my paycheck. So
All right, you have
I,
a
I'm not. I don't own my own company anymore. So
We all lived on it in college. Me, Ring, and Yoga with me.
oh good homeboy, make them dollars.
Okay, bye.
shit.
Mhm.
How you holding up, AFAT?
I'm good, man. It's been a
Yeah.
long week, but I'm good.
I haven't seen you in a while. Busy.
You know, life happens. Life.
I know. Shit
I
sucks.
feel like
No,
every second I got that's booked already.
Yeah.
Did you say wife happens or?
Oh, that
Life.
does too.
Yeah, that does too, but we won't talk about that. Mine watches, so.
Hi, wifey.
Mine does too. She's always in here.
My wife
Tell us
doesn't.
about it.
My wife doesn't watch any of this. She does
No,
want
I
to
lost-
do whatever the music contest that you do on the other channel, though.
Oh yeah. I want to run one of those. RW.
You want to do it? So the movie trivia is coming up, but yeah, if you want to run a music one, dude, I'd be totally down for what you got.
Yeah, I think your thing is great for a conversation. Like, I really like the weekly dig, bouncing stuff off of each other. That's where I think the heart of the internet is people like we do here, bouncing ideas off of each other, thinking, using their mind.
The weekly dig is
respond.
based off of your thing here. It's literally I wanted more, so I made another one.
I think that's great. I think what it should be, if
Jumping
I
on
may,
Smokesteve's jock is what you're saying.
no, if I may,
He's not always there, so.
I like that, and I think your ideas of the song thing and the movie trivia should be done in as little add-ons, bonuses, 20 minutes. Here we go, we're going to do a 20-minute shot for Smokesteve's music trivia, or you're going to do a movie trivia, or whatever it might. Could be randomly in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, dude, because I can't do events all the time. So if I only have Thursdays and Saturdays with you guys, then I'm going to start combining Thursdays into like something like that, where it's
That's
a whole bunch
brilliant.
of little things together, just so we can have fun.
Variety show.
Yeah. And then everybody gets a little bit of something. Because like my wife she'll hang out with us for like 5 minutes and she's like, "You guys are boring as fuck. I don't care." And then she'll go do her thing.
Yeah, but she's a peregrine falcon when it comes to fucking music. You know?
Yeah. I don't like playing against her in any type of challenge event.
She's really good at music.
Yeah, she's her and Bandy were like snipers.
Yeah, she's got a very specific anything Australian, obviously.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. She's from Australia, right?
Yeah, and she's born in the '90s, but she's a '80s hawk, like
Oh, she's
70s and
80
'80s.
Okay.
Or I was born and raised in the '90s, and I'm a '90s guy. Like if it's out of the '90s,
No, that's me. 80.
I feel
well,
like 80s music sucked, I feel like.
80s was the worst music.
Like the Police were good.
Oh.
Guns N' Roses.
Madonna.
Madonna was weird.
There was like very little. The Cars, I thought the Cars were pretty good.
I really liked Wang Chung was good. No, I'm serious.
There wasn't much good.
I loved Wang Chung.
80s was like a weird transition to the good stuff.
It's really dated. Like you hear it and you know it's 80s. Like they have
Flock of Seagulls Ran So Far Away is fire.
They have like I guess alternative. I'm sure every major city does alternative station that's been around since kind of grunge is kind of when
Yeah.
they came about. And when you listen to it, it's I would say 25% new, 75% like 90s and maybe some 2000s.
Interesting.
But the guitar guys would like the 80s more than the 90s, correct?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Better
Yeah.
solos.
I feel
better
like it was all
solos,
keyboard. It was all like keyboards and synthesizers in the 80s.
You're missing a great part of the '80s, man. Like Guns N' Roses' "Appetite for Destruction" came out.
I mean,
in
I'll give you Guns N' Roses, but like
Yeah, the
all the
Smiths.
other hair bands sucked. Man.
Van Halen, 1984. "Hot for Teacher" was on that album.
Yeah, that's 80s. That's 80s.
Crew.
I'll give you that.
Crew. You got
But like
Crew
Poison,
doing,
Poison, Motley Crue, all that shit. I can't listen to it.
But you don't really
I
like
love it.
90s
I love
grunge,
it.
though.
Skid Row. With the
Oh, love it.
What's the two clowns that did acoustic? And they
Nelson.
had long.
Oh,
Yes.
there were 4 clowns. There was Nelson and Extreme. I think you're thinking of Extreme.
Well,
No, Betancourt and Gary Sharon.
More than words.
More than words.
Yeah, that's No, Betancourt and Gary Sharon.
That's horrible, dude. That's horrible.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's horrible. Unfortunately, No, Betancourt is actually very talented. That was not his highlight of his career. It was
Okay,
a rough
I'll Warrant. Rat.
Now, there was a time. There was a time when Gary Sharon, the other guy who sang in More Than Words, the real lead singer, went and actually joined Van Halen, and it is horrendously bad, bro. I mean, Sammy
I remember
Hagar,
that.
Sammy Hagar was fine. Van Hagar,
he was like below average. It was not Van Halen.
But they did actually have some bangers at the time. His vocals weren't great, but they had some really good songs.
You also had Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I was into Bon Jovi. I had Slippery
You like
When
Bon
Wet.
Jovi?
I
Really?
did. I like
I went with
Slippery
it.
When Wet. I had the cassette.
I went with a girlfriend to see Bon Jovi. It
Oh.
was the worst gig I ever went to.
Yeah, but he knew how to make the panties drop somehow on women.
He did.
No,
I
now
liked-
it's the men that are
I
wearing
liked,
panties.
Now he looks like who posted the thing in the Discord this week of him.
Oh, that
He did.
chillin'.
Who was it comparing him to?
Awful.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, he did. He does look like Jamie Lee Curtis. I never realized it.
I think he looks pretty good. I think he's an attractive guy.
Yeah,
Man, why don't you
you could do worse than look like,
elaborate more on that, Smokesteve?
you could do worse than look like him, surely.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a bad-looking guy.
Yeah, I'd rather look like him than Kevin Spacey.
Ooh.
And what's the lead singer of the Cars? R.I.P.
Rick Ocasek?
Yeah, Rick was much more talented, I think, but he did not excel in the looks department like John Bon Jovi did.
He got some tail.
He did. He had like a supermodel wife, didn't he, for years?
Paulina Poretskovia.
Was that who it was? Seems
Yep.
like it was somebody. She was hot. I know that.
Her
That dude was
husband
that dude was a
attractive
straight up
too, probably.
clown looking dude too.
You also had
Oh,
Megadeth.
Megadeth's one of my all-times.
See, my brother was the more like Metallica hardcore type stuff, and
Isn't that what Megadeth is then?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what
Metal,
I'm kind of grouping it together with Metallica. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like so I wanted to be everything my brother wasn't, so I didn't allow myself to like Metallica or Megadeth. Or
The Bangles came out in the 80s. The one girl was hot.
they were hot. Yeah,
I love
Susanna Hoff.
Susanna Hoff, yeah.
yeah. That
Still
was
hot.
She's
yeah.
hot.
She's pretty
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
I was like totally.
Bleaching
I thought the
Six
Bengals
now.
were good. I
They
walk
both
like
sucked.
Egyptian. I walk like Egyptian, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, they were a horrible
That
band,
chick was
but
hot, man.
yeah, they were terrible, but she was tasty, So then
That
you
song's
say-
good though. I still
Internal
like when it comes
Flame?
on. I like that song. They had a couple of songs that were like,
Internal Flame.
Manic Monday was written by Prince.
What?
I think he wrote a lot of songs for people.
Yeah,
actually.
Manic Monday. The
Well,
band
Prince,
was
yeah.
Manic Monday was
Just
written by
another
Prince.
manic Monday.
That's
No,
right.
Yeah.
that song.
terrible tune.
I was never a Prince fan either.
There, just so you
No,
know,
but he was. I hear what you're saying, because me also, but he was very prolific. Is the word, is it not? Like he shat tunes and some quite catchy ones. But
what do
he
you do
shat
for a living?
them out like
I
nobody
shit
did.
tunes.
He shat him out.
He did, yeah.
What was that? What was that guy? My baby is a centerfold. I like that song.
Oh,
My baby is the centerfold. It's
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I couldn't wait for that song to come back on.
my angel is the centerfold.
Yeah.
That's
Is that
right.
it?
Yeah, there's a very
Yes.
good bluegrass version of that.
And it
Is
was
it Angel? Is that right? Is it Angel?
it wasn't the Cars. Angel
that's
is the centerfold. Na 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 na.
Yeah, that song was
na,
man. I
na,
couldn't.
na,
Seriously, I couldn't wait for that song to come back on the radio.
Really?
I like had my I had like a 2-speaker little like boombox thing that I put behind my head, and I just sit there.
I like dancing.
I
at the
taped
church,
the
gathering
radio.
for that song.
That's the Our House. I like that song.
In the middle
Our
of our
house.
street.
Madness.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
from
that
my
song.
mama, nearly.
I like that putting on the Ritz or whatever that
Oh,
song.
yeah.
I like that song.
So,
Amadeus, the Amadeus song.
Oh,
I
I
love that song. Man.
so Kiss was the 80s?
Some
No,
Yeah.
Kiss. There was like shitty Kiss was the 80s.
Okay.
So what was the not shitty Kiss? I missed that. part.
Yeah, they were always shitty as far as I'm concerned.
They had this great song called Love Gun. It
Oh,
was
yeah?
about his penis.
Yeah,
They had to put the makeup on to get people to like them.
it was the .17 caliber bullets.
Yeah,
The Hornets.
the acorns. Yeah.
Smokesteve, you're getting a little air feedback there.
I'm trying to cool the phone down.
Oh, Hall Notes.
Put it on a beer. Put it on an ice cold
Oh,
beer.
no.
man.
No, Hall Notes sucked.
What?
Hall Notes sucked. I'll tell you
Hall
what
Notes?
was good though. That little guy, the little like angry guy that got so he would get Captain. Was it Captain Tennille? He would get like so into it when he was singing. I like that guy.
Didn't Hall & Oates do Man Eater? Was that them?
He's a man eater.
You might be right. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even-
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it?
Getting called
Yeah.
out now.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a very good song. That's the
What?
number one thing.
What about Sledgehammer? That was a good song.
That's Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, Peter
sucked.
Gabriel and the Talking Heads, they were pretty good. They were from the 80s.
I
I didn't like Sledgehammer.
my name until that trivia event, but as I was looking through Peter Gabriel's music, I remember each song I saw I really liked. I just didn't know who he was.
He had good
I
videos.
didn't really like Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I thought it was dumb.
The music video was very unique.
Yeah, for sure. He was good with the videos.
I mean,
I always like time-lapse
The
photography.
70s.
simplistic.
AC/DC, they got the new singer, and they had some hits in the late 80s.
Were
With
they
that
bigger
album.
in the 80s than the 70s, though?
It's debatable,
Okay.
really.
Def
I mean,
Leppard.
that's tough. It depends on what generation you're talking to.
Queen was the
I think
70s.
they were.
Aerosmith was all 3 generations or decades.
Aerosmith with Run DMC, though. I mean, that's
Well, yeah.
Wasn't that good?
It was
That's
so
good,
cheesy.
man.
though.
Debatable.
That's
The
good.
original version was 100 times better of Walk This Way than the one they did with those guys.
You're right there. But that song was epic, man.
We're allowed
They
to
had the
tell everybody,
Adidas.
right?
They Run DMC had the Adidas like right in the camera, and then all of a sudden that
It was an
Big Lips
MTV
dude breaks
moment,
through the
but
wall and comes in, and
Steve Tyler.
yeah,
Big Lips is better. The original Aphid Lip.
Oh shit! Hearts from the 80s.
Yeah.
I thought she was. I thought they were 70s.
there he is right there.
Ooh. Oh, the eighth, right?
Yeah, there you go. Did you get the picture I sent you of the AI prompt?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, and
No,
I sent
where'd
it
you
to
send that to me?
There's back chat, but also in X. It's just I just ran a simple prompt to
What?
show you just how good they've gotten with AI prompts. As remember last time I sent you pictures, they're all jacked up and weird looking.
Maybe like when AI kind of just came out. We're talking months back.
Yeah, months. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you how far it's come with a simple prompt now, without you doing all this poems to make the perfect wording.
That AI, man. It's something.
It's yeah. We're gonna be seeing it a lot more in ways we didn't think to look at it.
We'll figure it out. I mean, people get so worried about shit.
Losers.
They can't like get rid of they can't get rid of everything, because then there won't be no money to make it worth improving upon.
I'd love to see the bots get taken down. I really would. I would like to see an organic platform of communication, not something that just has bots.
It's
spamming.
not gonna happen. And let me fill you in on something, RW.
Oh,
It's
sure.
because we still haven't got rid of junk mail, and we still haven't got rid of telemarketers calling us.
I think junk
and now
mail,
texting us with the last election was like, I think somebody must have leaked my telephone number.
That was me.
Because the amount of political text messages I got was it was so annoying. I hate even describing it on here, because somebody will be like, oh well, let me take advantage of Aphilip some more. But the amount of text political messaging I got over this last
when you
election
text
was
stop back,
unreal.
does it stop though?
Well, I figured out a way,
look.
and it's helped tremendously because I have an iPhone, where I stopped unknown calls.
No, I can't do that though.
And I know, I shouldn't either. But
Yeah, you have
I was like,
right?
I know, but it was like it was worth it.
You.
Because I don't want to give people, because people ask all the time. They'll call my landline, and they'll be like, well, can you go ahead and text me your address, or text me your email, whatever. And I'm like, no, you call me on my landline, you get a pen, and you write down what I'm getting ready to tell you. Because I don't want to give you my phone number. You know, it's my personal phone number. I'm not giving it out anymore.
Lol.
Fucking hate it, man.
How am I gonna get a hold of you, dude?
My phone is my personal phone for my friends and people I know. You know, if if I want to give him my phone number and he can call me, that's fine. But if I don't want like some guy calling me when I'm at the zoo with my family, wanting to know, you know, if I'm going to be around in an hour. No, I took the day off. Leave me alone.
That's money.
What was the topic just before the phone, though? The junk mail.
About AI going away. It's not going to go away.
You're saying how junk mail still exists, and I'm surprised that the greenies aren't taking out junk mail, because
it's our fault. Just like I went back to earlier, everything is our fault. It's our fault junk mail still exists. It's our fault that we still get telemarketer calls.
How come I'm taking?
Because enough percentage of the people respond to that junk mail, or respond to those telemarketers, or respond to these annoying texts.
Well, I got,
and that's why they succeed, because it's profitable to them to hire somebody to send out, pay for the postage on the junk mail, for them to pay for somebody to call us on the telemarketers. It's our fault.
You'd think that if they made them pay more money to put that paper out because it was causing global warming.
No, we could stop it tomorrow if everybody would agree that nobody likes junk mail, and we're not going to respond to a single more piece of junk mail. It would end tomorrow.
Not all junk mail.
Oh, topple. Oh.
You can get
Like
an
the
extra
clean-
2
clean
inches
thicker?
for if you buy these pills.
Yeah.
Wait, what? 2 inches? Where?
How's that working out for you?
I don't know. We just started, so I got hair growing in weird spots now, but we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
You got to, but you got to take that pill for 6 years to see change. Though, if you stop early, then they're not responsible for the lack of inches.
Well, they're not responsible anyway because it's not FDA approved.
Oh,
I read the
do you have to
bottle.
approve drugs these days?
They have to be approved.
How do you sign up for warp speed? If I just want to bypass all the safety regulations and stuff, how do I get my drug on that list?
I don't even know what that means.
Warp speed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's
That
warp
was-
speed?
That was the program that Donald Trump initiated to make the.
Oh,
vaccine
I remember
very
now.
quickly.
Okay, yeah. Another downfall of him.
Hey, I
Not a
got
ton.
something to run by you guys. You guys are mostly Americans left. With the Chick-fil-A, do you know how when you go to Chick-fil-A they say "my pleasure" instead of "you're welcome" when you say thank you? You guys
Yep.
know that?
I don't know. I didn't notice that. I don't go enough.
No,
So
it's
that's
a-
like
it's
they
like
have
a-
to do that.
Across, yeah, it's across the like. If you say thank you to somebody at Chick-fil-A, they're not allowed to say "you're welcome."
What if you
They
say
can
fuck
only. I don't know.
you?
That's. Why don't you get back with me on that?
Challenge accepted. No, not me. Go ahead.
But anyway, I'm like, I think it's really bothering me now because it's a program, it's a thing that it's not a genuine thing because that they're supposed to say, my pleasure instead of you're welcome. So when they say that to me, I know that it's not a genuine response to them, and I just wondered if anybody else felt the same way.
I don't like. I mean, I don't. I would rather someone. Oh crap! I just fell off the cliff. Anyway, I would rather someone be genuine with me in a conversation and just even if they're like kind of grumbling, be like, "Hey man, how's it going?" They're just like, "Meh." I wouldn't.
Well, like if you say thank you to somebody, if they say you're welcome, whether everybody says it or not, it seems you don't know if it's genuine or not. But
Right.
when they're told they can only say my pleasure when you say thank you to them, it seems fake every time they say it to you.
I think any
And I just-
response will be fake anyway because they really don't give a fuck. They're just there for their check. And
You
they're
need
basically
something creepy to say
15-year-olds anyway, so.
If Topple was like made it a point where every time they're like my pleasure, and he's like, no, the pleasure is mine.
No, these are kids. No, hell no.
No.
People that work at Chick-fil-A are extremely happy though, and seem like that you would think that they
That's
enjoy their.
methamphetamine.
They get every fucking Sunday off. That's amazing.
That's a good point.
And they get paid more than McDonald's. Probably that probably helps.
Wait, it's like the Costco of fast food chains.
I think they're the highest paying fast food. I could be wrong. They're definitely pumping out product. Holy crap!
Man, I do some work for Chick-fil-A, and they got their system with their drive-through down pat.
I get confused in them.
How?
There's 2 lanes. There's an order where you can order. There's a person standing out there with an iPad. It's like, what?
Dude, since
like-
COVID, they
they're-
totally upgraded how that
They
system
did.
worked.
The
And-
guy I know 2 owners of 2 Chick-fil-A's, and they told me that well, at first it was like they were worried about it, with COVID, but as soon as they figured it out, man, he was like, dude, they got rid of half of their the one store got rid of half of their interior seating,
right,
and changed it to more area to work with the drive-through.
What? How, like for what space? Like, how do you benefit with that space? Like stationing bags, or
I don't know what they do with it, but they because they used to do these things where they would have these special nights, which was good for me. But they had these they would have 2 nights a week. They would have these children's movies or something that they would play inside the store or whatever. I don't know what they would do. I just did some work for their advertising for it. But they took their seating. They took half their seating away. And now they just have a bigger area where they have 4 or 5, because usually you go through a drive-thru at a fast food place and you got 1 or 2 people that's
Right.
working that section. They
Right.
have like 6 or 7 people at least working the drive-through section. So they
Well,
opened it up
in North
for them.
Carolina, there's at least 3 or 4 people out, maybe 5 or 6 that are just outside. Not even.
Oh
on the
yeah,
inside
it's like that
team.
here too.
Yeah.
They even have They even have these enclosed booths for them. So if the weather isn't, good, they can sit in these. It's almost like a toll booth type thing. Is what.
And they have
it reminds
fans
me
out
of.
there for them too to push the hot
I don't
air
know.
off
I'll have to
them?
pay
They're
attention.
nicer to them out there. Oh, here they're. If it rains, that little booth that they have here. I'd
I'll
like
tell you
to
the
see
good
them
thing
say my
about
pleasure that day.
doing business with them is that if I bring them their stuff, they give me free lunch. So it's like,
That's fair.
sweet. I got 2 different Chick-fil-A's I deal with. And
Dude,
every time
Chick-fil-A
I'm like,
sauce
there's
is-
lunch is covered.
We actually have Chick-fil-A sauce on tap, basically, at our house. I use it for a
Chick-fil-A
lot of
sauce
stuff.
is good, man. And I've got a pretty good recipe for making it myself.
Right. I like it better than the special sauce from McDonald's. I used to really like that tangy taste, but the Chick-fil-A sauce, I feel like you can enjoy it longer, whereas the other ones.
Well, it's good with French fries. It's good with
I was gonna say, what do you dip?
chicken. It's good
Yeah.
with a lot of shit.
Everyone talks about it, but I never had it.
So I
it's
literally
good
just
shit,
put it
man.
with
It's
a hot
basically
dog
like a
and,
honey,
coleslaw.
it's a honey mustard with barbecue sauce in it. Is the
Okay.
It does go good with almost everything, though. Like I just made a hot dog that was sort of like a Reuben mix. Like it had stuff on the hot dog to make it taste mixed with like a Rachel and it anyway. It's delicious. That's the main point of the story.
Is Reuben sauerkraut?
Reuben
is corned beef with sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing on rye bread.
Okay.
And
And
Swiss cheese.
A Rachel is turkey with more of a coleslaw instead of a sauerkraut.
Okay.
Different vibes, same great taste.
Smokesteve wife, does Smokesteve know that Last Dance is not here to close out the show? Sorry, just wanting to do my part here.
How long did he peace out? Have I been rambling about Chick-fil-A sauce
It's been
for that long?
a good 10 minutes since he's been gone.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to call it. I don't know what you guys are up to. Just cruising.
Yeah, I got stuff I gotta go do tomorrow. Got a celebration of life I gotta attend tomorrow, which is always.
What kind of distance is that for you?
Huh?
How far away is that?
It's not too far, and it looks like it's I googled it. It looks like it's a nice house.
You should see if you can get a laptop there for Steve.
I'm more than happy to help Steve get a new system going. I think
So-
we should go the used route though instead of.
He
buying
had a
it.
laptop
I
for
think get on
3
board
years.
with refurbished. I've had too many issues with refurbished.
He had a
You don't
laptop
have to go
for 3
refurbished.
years,
Just go with.
and it
basic
crapped out.
markets.
I never had a
Yeah, it
laptop
seems
that
too
lasts that long.
young. Yeah, really? Last that long? I got
No.
laptops that-
I said most of my
little.
laptops are like 10 years. This one's a 12.
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, that's a good.
It's a Dell.
Dude,
What?
it's a Dell.
Oh,
Hello from the other side.
okay. Sorry.
No, you don't remember, dude? It's a Dell. You know that commercial. Good
Yeah,
God.
I remember that. Dude, I think that guy.
I don't remember it.
He got canceled. I
trouble
think
for
he
weed?
did. He did. Yeah, was that what it was? Weed.
Yeah,
Really?
what are the
Before it
chances
was-
that guy smoked weed?
It was before it was legal, so it was frowned upon.
Oh, I forgot about those days. We're so
Well,
free.
you
in
better tell him to
America
come
now.
down here and shut this shit off. Because, like I said, Last Dance ain't here.
That's right.
You could probably message Dance and he would sign in and shut it down.
I
think
could,
he's
but I don't
busy.
know what he's doing right now at this moment. I know he's.
Well,
He's
apparently
busy.
he's not dancing, and that's
Well,
disappointing.
he could be. Actually, he's at a place where he could be dancing right now.
He told me that dance does not happen, and I was extremely.
He
shocked.
could be dancing right
He's
now.
doing the hokey pokey right now.
He could be doing the hokey pokey right now.
Yeah, it was about time that he turned himself around.
All right, she's gonna take care of it right now.
You can come take care of it. I'd feel more because then I could feel comfortable with leaving because I don't feel comfortable with just leaving.
Yeah, if no one takes care of it, he's gonna start doing porn bombs.
Who?
Aphid. I thought that's what he
Yeah, I
does.
will.
Once he has
Oh.
when the man's no longer stepping on his
Oh,
neck.
so you can accept people in, but you can't close down the server.
I can't accept people. I don't have no. I got control
okay.
over YouTube, so
Oh,
like I can
okay.
delete comments and mute people for a while, but I can't like do anything.
You can't
don't
take
trust.
or it doesn't matter if the invite links out. It doesn't matter. Yeah. At
He
least
doesn't trust me with the keys to the actual show itself.
The crew is all kosher though, so the only thing that would happen is his stream would just run indefinitely.
Which Top? I got something quick to say to you.
What?
The incident that's happened over the past 6 months or so.
Yeah.
I think I was friends with Hayden on Facebook, and I think I'm not. Well, I don't think. I know I'm not friends with him on Facebook anymore. I think he might have, because he got contacted and like, So I don't know. It seems weird because I'm 90% sure I was friends with him on Facebook. And Last Dance.
You know what? Yeah,
are.
that's funny because Last Dance did talk to Hayden, and I usually get that on my Twitter feed, and I didn't see it. So,
when's the last time you
on Twitter? He still follows me on Twitter, but on on Facebook, I think he might have unfriended me, and it had to be right around the time he got contacted because the interviewer guy was
just very weird.
Go out and he was gonna fly all the way to Manchester to go interview him. Which seems
whatever
Hayden was
happened.
Like, don't waste your
video?
fucking time.
Did Hayden's video succeed? He was making a short film or something, right?
No, he made a full length film. I'm not sure. I mean, I know it was going to be at some movie festival, which I think just recently happened. But I don't go on Twitter enough to see like what Hayden's been talking about to know.
Okay, I was just curious if he succeeded or not. I don't know how big.
I mean, it was at a. I don't think it was released anywhere. Like his shorts were always released somehow, either on YouTube or you could buy like a link to watch it or something. But this last movie, and he put a lot into it, So I don't know. I don't know what happened with it. I'm thinking it didn't get like a worldwide release or anything. I'm pretty sure of that.
It's probably like Sundance Films and all that. What are they called?
Garbage.
Yeah, like I said, it was a festival that it was going to be shown at. And I guess that's how you get a film to, get released, is take it to a festival and somebody's like, oh, well, I'll pay, whatever it is to release it.
My wife was thinking about getting a job at an Australian restaurant near us. And, because she's Australian, simple in. And that guy also owns a movie theater, an old-fashioned movie theater that still does a screen right next to it. And I was like, how cool would it be to have Smokesteve's Pub on that whole screen one night? Because it's not used all the time. It's not utilized. And I was like, dude, if I could get just walk-ins and just have activity on a big screen like that where everybody could log in and be talking on the big screen up front, that would be such a cool experience.
Okay, Smokesteve's wife, if you can do it, shut this down because I'm ready to. I gotta go pee and I'm not ready to come back.
Well, it was good talking to you guys.
All right, good luck with everything tomorrow, Aphid. RW,
thanks,
I'll talk to you, and everyone have a great week. Happy Labor Day for the Americans.
All right,
Pekka,
see you guys.
Pekka, have a good one.
Throw me away. Chafe in the wind. I can do it myself in a second here. I just got to get to a safe place. I'm in video games.
Hey.
See you all later.
Have a good one, Pekka.
You need to shut it down. Yeah, you make you hungry. Everybody's going.
Okay, thanks, son.
Have a good one, Steve.
Peace.